windy all day, but right now the flags are hanging straight down, and it's going to be a gorgeous night to play football out there for the players and the few fans that can be here. So, as I say, you can experience at least 3 seasons of the season, and sometimes all 4 during the football season.
Yeah, and some teams played Wednesday night. Hancock had a big win over against Wheaton and the smaller schools. I know Bold had a win over Maple Lake last night, so kind of a variety of games off and on. But here's the Tigers and the Huskers tonight, and we'll have Lyle's keys to the game, as well as talking about the Tigers. We have a couple players out tonight being quarantined and stuff. None of the starters on either side, but some key reserves and stuff. So we'll get into that, and just we got a nice interview with Coach Pope that will be coming up here shortly that Jason will cue in back at the station. Brett Miller, our sports director, had a chance to talk to Kevin. The Tigers and the Huskers on a pretty good evening for football. Temperature will be in the upper 30s and very little wind, as you said, and I know the winds are supposed to maybe switch just to the southeast but be very light, so I think we're going to get the game in, and it was really a surprise to wake up to a little white stuff this morning.
Yeah. I heard the birthday show this morning, and Paul said he saw some kids making snowmen this morning. Was there that much snow on the ground? Over here, I didn't see that where we're at over in Bakerest.
Well, let's take a quick break, and then we'll listen to Coach Pope's interview with Brett Miller. And stay tuned for Tiger football in our pregame show here on 1230 Radio and 107.7 FM.
I think we put ourselves in a position individually at times that wasn't good for the matchup. We're playing a little bit of a different scheme on the defensive side of the ball this year, and so kids are kind of getting used to that a little bit too. But I felt that we gave a little bit too much to the athletic ability of who was across the line of scrimmage from us, meaning that we didn't align with in the proper position all the time, and that was a big part of it. I think another part of that is it doesn't matter what type of coverage you have too. If you have a good pass and a good receiver and the ball is on the money, it's tough to defend. And Mr. Bruns and Mr. Soderberg did that a few different times to us on Friday. So, but we had to go back and look at film and look at our steps, look at our angles, things like that. Where were we squeezing from the outside in or the inside out on specific routes, things of that nature. So those are things that we talked about and worked on this week as well.
And like you said, it's a weird season, so if you have some young guys, it's baptism by fire is that you just throw them into this first game right away. And obviously, you never want to lose a game, but you take a game like that, if you're looking for a positive, is there something in there where you can say, all right, guys, that's varsity football. Now you've seen it?
Right, and that was kind of part of it, too. We have some very experienced kids on our roster that have played a lot of football for us. But at the same time, we have some brand new faces in certain positions and some brand new faces at our on our depth chart. So in practice, if we aren't seeing the ones versus ones almost, we don't really know what we're seeing until you play that first varsity game. And like you just said, it was kind of an eye opener for a lot of our kids and even us as coaches too, to make sure that we go back into the drawing board almost, so to say, not to reinvent the wheel, but to how are we practicing and what can we do to make sure that we ratchet up those competitive situations so that we are ready for a Friday night.
Well, let's talk about tonight's ball game as you welcome in the Rockford Rockets to town. Now, I don't know a whole lot about Rockford. I'm going to lean on you here to give us a little insight on them. I'm just looking through their roster. They got some big boys out there.
They are a very big team. They're a 3A school like we are. They're a part of our whole district. They just haven't been on our schedule because they've been in a different sub-district, and we
that mentality to us this week. They had a good win and a pretty dominant win, I would say, against Sauk Center. So they'll look to run the football. They got some pretty good backs in the backfield, and they play pretty solid defense. Got some size up front that we'll have to be able to contend with. So ready to buckle up our headgear and play a tough physical game.
Seeing how it was a 30-8 ball game, did you those games because once they get that big lead, they don't really have to pull out too many stops. And the same could be said for your game, 42-6. But does the film show you all you need to see about Holdingford in a game like that?
Well, only having one film is always there's a bit of an unknown factor that goes into that. And the film that we got, maybe the offenses don't match up with what we're trying to do and whatnot. So there is a bit of an unknown for sure in there. But I think we're able to get a good idea of what they want to do and who they want to get the ball to in situations. And just like last week, we'll have to be ready to adjust. We've already talked about how our kids are smart. We got a good coaching staff that's looking for adjustment opportunities, and we'll just have to be ready for that again.
On the other side of the ball, not that you're going to give away your game plan here, but have you seen anything on their defense that maybe you're circling thinking we should attack that or maybe could take advantage of tonight?
Certainly, it's still unknown on that side because after they saw our film, I would imagine they're going to adjust a little bit based on what they saw from Sauk Center. Sauk Center is pretty run heavy, 2 or 3 backs in the backfield, and that's not exactly what we run. So we're anticipating a little bit of a difference, but at the same time, there's some matchups that we hope we can take advantage of, and some of that will have to come in game.
Well, it's the Tigers taking on Holdingford tonight, game number 2 here of the 2020 season from Big Cat Stadium, 7 o'clock kickoff on KMRS. And joining us today is Tigers head coach Kevin Pope. Always appreciate the time, Coach. Thank you, and good luck tonight.
Thanks a lot, Brett.
KMRS 1230, 107.7 FM, 6:55. Let's send it back to Big Cat Stadium.
Thank you once again, Mark Torgerson. Lyle Rambo here from the Big Cat Stadium for the Game 2 of the 2020 season. And it's Holdingford offensive lineup's going to be given here in a second. Lyle, your keys to the game here.
Well, I get a chance to watch the whole Sauk Center Holdingford game on Huddle, so I complimented Coach Viss and Coach Pope for letting this old coach still see all the Huddle stuff so I can watch these games before we come down here. And it's pretty obvious what Holdingford, they bring, this Coach Pope said, a physical mentality and a running attack. And they got big backs, and they're really solid and big up the front. So Holdingford, what their keys are, they need to stop the big plays from the Tigers, and they need to control the ball by running the ball. And I think those are 2 things that they're going to be looking to do tonight. The Tigers, I thought our offensive line last week made improvements as the game went on. I really like what we have up front in our offensive line. We got smart kids that can move, and I think they improved during the game, and I think watching tonight's game, continued improvement from our old line is going to be key. And then making the D adjustments to stop the run. Now, last week, Minnewaska ran the ball pretty good in the first quarter. And again, as Coach Pope mentioned, we made some really good adjustments to stop their running attack, and our defense was really strong the rest of the game. So, again, Coach complimented the rest of his coaching staff for really helping out with that. So making D adjustments to stop the run. And then the third thing, Kenny Soderberg and Zach Bruns really dominated the play last week, but I'm pretty confident that we've got a lot more weapons on offense. So my third key is to use the offensive weapons and use our speed advantage. On film, I think we're faster than Holdingford, but sometimes you get fooled when you get to game night. That doesn't always show everything on film, but I think we're faster than they are, and I think we've got more weapons and than just Kenny and Zach Bruns. So our tight end, Toby Garman, is going to make some plays. Jackson Logie had a catch taken away from him last week because of a 5-yard penalty up front, and he's going to be a real big threat for us. And Durgan Decker had a really good game last week, but it was pretty routine. I think he'll break some runs and make some longer gains. So I think we want to use all of our offensive weapons to our advantage, and that will make it tougher for them to key on Kenny and Zach Bruns.
9 seniors on this Husker roster from Holdingford. Let's give you their starting lineup offensively. Senior quarterback Tate Lang leads the way. He's number 5. And if you are here in person or you're watching on the live stream, the Holdingford numbers are basically a joke when it comes to football uniforms because you have white jerseys with white numbers with just a little green trim on them. So it's a public address and a radio station.
This is not the
nightmare.
This is not the PMACA version of what you want for uniforms out there. PMAC, I know you're listening out there in Valley City, but this is not the one to be.
And welcome to the live stream as well. And so quarterback Tate Lang, a senior. Wide receiver, another senior, number 12, Jared Voller. He's a 145-pound, 6-foot tall wide receiver. The tight end is Will Ethan, and he's a target for Lang from the tight end spot, 6'1", 190 senior. The running backs, three of them, Andrew Radin, he's a senior, 175-pound running back. The fullback is Blake Segura. He's 190-pound, 5'8", kind of a bowling ball type. And then Sam Haran 33, 210. So big running backs, 175, 190, and 210. And then their line up front, center Brandon Dahl goes 280. He's 5'10". The two guards are Tomasek and also Max Secord, and those two are 185. Tomasek is a sophomore. And then the two tackles, Isaac Fuller, a junior at 240, and the other tackle, Dalton Brinkman, number 58, a 290-pound senior at 6'6". So the offense for the Holdingford Huskers, Coach Luke Mitchell, and I think it was just a couple of years ago they were in the Prep Bowl and won it.
Yeah, Holdingford's got a good tradition. They play, as Coach Pope said, they bring a solid up-front mentality, and they're going to hit you hard, so you got to be ready to play them tough when you run into them.
Holdingford won the toss. They deferred, so the Tigers will get the football. Last week the Tigers won the toss and took the football. Lyle will go through the Tiger defense for you tonight.
Here's the defense for the Tigers tonight. A defensive end, Monty Fair. He's a junior. He's tipping the scales at 250, good size. And then Evan Oberg, he's number 74. He's junior for the Tigers at 230 pounds. So we got some good, strong guys up front. Nose tackle, Will Brewer. Will Brewer, he's at 180 pounds, again, a senior who really loves football. Outside linebacker, Brady Bachman, had a really good game last week, 250-pound outside linebacker. He's a senior, number 58. Outside linebacker, Toby Gonerman, number 85. Toby's a junior, and again, those two outside linebackers really did a good job of containing for us last week. And then up on the inside, Jacob Boots, inside linebacker, number 67, and Jacob, he's tipping the scales at 170, and he's a rangy guy. You know, he's long and lanky. He's a tough guy to block. Another inside linebacker, Tristan Rass. He's a senior. He weighs at 215 pounds. Then in the backfield, Durgan Decker, number 6, a junior. He'll be playing safety. Kenny Soderberg, the Jet, number 31. He's a senior. Ethan Labrie had that big interception last week to really get the Tigers going. Number 23 is a junior. And at the other cornerback, Zach Bruns. Of course, we know who Zach is. He's number 7, and he's a senior and a good leader. He's a good leader and a captain of our team.
And unfortunately, a few Tigers not in the able to dress tonight. Josh Roloff, Brandon Jurgensen, 2 of those. And the Tiger defense.
Starting at defensive end, a junior, number 72, Monty Fair. At defensive end, a junior, number 74, Evan Oberg. At nose tackle, a senior, number 28, Will Brewer. At outside linebacker, he's a senior, number 58, Brady Bachman. Outside linebacker, junior, number 85, Toby Gonerman. Inside linebacker, senior, number 67, Jacob Boots. Inside linebacker, senior, number 5, Tristan Raths. At safety, junior, number 6, Durgan Decker. At safety, senior, number 31, Kenny the Jet Soderberg. At cornerback, junior, number 23, Ethan Labria. And at cornerback, senior, number 7, Zach Bruns. Tigers are under the direction of Mr. Kevin Pope, along with his assistants, Dylan Viss, Tim Cannon, Brady Rose, Jake Torgerson, Neil Hoffland, Joel Byer, Nate Copeland, Vinny Fontana, Brad Fair, and Scott Gonerman. Along with managers, Cade Wente, and in his 25th year, Mr. Kenny Perkins.
kickoff from Big Cat Stadium.
You know, Torg, Tigers are dressed with their black pants and orange shirts with the nice trim and the black and orange trim helmets, and really look sharp, you know, and we've done a really good job with that. Of course, it might have something to do with the fact that I've been around this football team for 40 years, and I kind of gotten to love that orange and black.
Yeah. And we made the uniforms, part of that was when the Vikings nominated the Tigers as the team of the year. That's where these things came from, I believe. We're going to listen in. Last week we had Mr. Spear, not sure who's in tonight, but we're going to listen in to the national anthem from the press box here at Big Cat Stadium.
Our nation and all those who have fought to protect our freedoms, we would ask you to please rise, remove your headgear, and address the flag for the singing of our national anthem by Mr. Greg Spear.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you,
The
Gr-
Tigers to receive the football here, Lyle, and I was just going to mention the temperature I said was in the probably upper 30s, but in the press box here at Big Cat, Mr. Greenwald, it's 61.
Yeah.
And it's working its way up.
You know, I hate to rat out Torgy, but he's figured out how to run the thermostat in this press box. So by the time I get here, it's usually nice and toasty.
Well, again, it's a luxury of having the stadium that we have, and it's just a gorgeous place. And those people watching on this live stream or listening on the radio, stay tuned for what we hope is a great football game on a Friday night here.
You know, Torg, I wanted to compliment Mr. Spear again on his national anthem because he does such a nice job. And, you know, why go away from it when you got a good thing?
Yeah.
He's been here for the first two games, and really that's, you know, that national anthem. Before the game on Friday night, really that's when the butterflies are really flying and the kids are getting ready to go and everybody's excited in the stands, and that really is a big part of what makes it all happen here under the Friday night lights.
The Tigers will receive on the scoreboard end, the south end zone here at Big Cat. Holdingford will defend the PE center side, the north, and the Tiger logo in the end zone is where the Tiger offense will have their backs to start this. So on our radio dial, we're going from right to left here as we look out.
You know, the Tigers have got 9 guys within 10 yards of the 50-yard line here, so they're pretty cautious about a possible onside kick here from the Huskers.
We're set. This will be a little squib kick going towards the out of bounds, and it'll go out of bounds about the 28-yard line. Now, Lyle, I believe that you could send them back, but teams take it on the 35. But you might, if 35 isn't bad, but I think if they're going to squib kick it, we could make them go back 5 and kick it again. We're going to take the ball, it looks like.
I just got a text from Mr. Greenwald, and he says he's pretty relaxed right now listening to the game on the air. So good to have you aboard, Jimmy.
So the Tigers will take the ball at the 35.
But getting back to your point, why wouldn't you make them kick again?
Yeah, and that's something that I'm sure the option is there. And, of course, you always have that chance of a fumble or something, and it's pretty good field position. Jackson Logie wide left. Tigers will actually go tight formation, power I right. Bruns under center for, and now an audible call. He's got I back, Decker is deep. He's going to pitch to Decker on the right side. Can't break the tackle. Gets a couple yards, maybe out to the 37. couldn't break the initial tackle from the left side of the Holdingford defensive lineup. Gain of 2 for Decker, 2nd and 8. Tigers just underway.
Yeah, as you said, Will Brewer's in there at the power back right now, and Kenny's not in the ball game, Kenny Soderberg. So the Tigers are looking at some power formation here to start the ball game.
Power eye right again, and Jackson Logie alone on the left. Tigers without a huddle, but taking their time now as they call the play under center. Bruns, a little quick slant. Logie has it, first down out to midfield. Perfect pass and completion. The 6'8" receiver caught that little slant pattern. First down, Tigers. They'll mark it at the 49.
They run what they call the RPO, the run pass option, and Bruns had a nice play fake up inside, and then he came right out to Jackson on that slant. Nice throw and completion, 13-yard gain.
Now out of the pistol with 2 receivers both ways. Tigers open it up, no tight end. Lone setback is Decker. First down, Tigers on their own side of midfield at the 49. Still 15 on the play clock. Back to pass, Bruns. Little quick slant. And in out of the hands. Good defensive back play that time by Holdingford as they knocked the ball away from Kenny. That would have been about an 8-9 yard gain.
Yeah, for Holdingford, number 22, Connor Patrick, with a nice breakup because that pass was right on the money and he broke it up. He met Kenny with the ball, so a very nice play by the Huskers. 2nd and 10, 10:55 mark of the first quarter. No score, first drive for the Tigers. Twin receivers both ways. Out of the pistol, Bruns. Back to pass, looking. Now he'll scramble. He'll try to break a tackle. Now he throws one wide open Logie downfield. Just good play by Bruns that time. Got the running or defensive back to come up. Just floated a little pass over the top. Logie caught it and gets down to the 35. You know, Torg Zach, as he was coming around the outside, he actually tucked the ball like he was going to run it and caused that linebacker to suck up off the coverage, and then he dumped it right over his head for a 15-yard gain. Beautiful throw by Zach Bruns, pulling the defense and making that first down.
Under center now, I backfield, twin receivers right, tight end left. Bruns now going to get the play from Coach Viss. Still 12 on the play clock. Something the Tigers put in a new offensive system this year. Pitch, Decker cuts it back, has some running room inside the 30. Instead of maybe getting what could have been a first down, he tried to make a big play out of it. Got 9, so good run by Durgan that time.
Yeah, he made that last cut to the sideline. If he could have avoided that tackle, he'd have probably been gone. But I think he could have got the first down had he just put his nose down. Nice play, good blocking on the right side by the Tigers.
2nd and 1, ball on the right hash. Tigers on their first drive, still just a little over 10 minutes.
And you mentioned that the new offense this year where we don't huddle, we come to the line of scrimmage, but then we have time to look things over before we make, and they're getting some more signals from the coaches. So last week we ran it pretty flawlessly.
Tight end right, this will be an option left. Bruns keeps it, gets the first down about to the 21-yard line. Tigers' third first down of this drive. You're going to probably mark it back to the 22. So
gain of 5 and a first down. Bruns with a nice pitch fake out there. He got the DN to suck, and he got inside him for that first down. He knew what he needed to get. He had 2 yards to get that first down, and he picked up 5.
Labria in at tailback, and he'll be behind Bruns in the pistol. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Still 15 on the play clock, 9:30 in the first quarter. No score, Tigers driving. Back to pass, Bruns looking deep. Logie's out there. Touchdown, Logie. About the O on the Cougars in the middle of the end zone.
Wow.
Logie grabs it, just floats it in there. Tigers score.
21-yard TD pass to Jackson Logie. What a throw. He got behind the D-back, and, of course, he's a pretty tall kid. He's standing out there at about 6'7", and Bruns put that ball right on the money and laid it in there, what they say, dropping a dime toward.
Yeah, that was just, and he had time to throw, so give the offensive line a lot of credit. Tigers to kick the extra point. Brewer was coming in. Now he goes back off. Gonerman, the holder, left-footed kicker. Snap, place, kick. It is good, and the Tigers have an opening drive that goes for the touchdown and the extra point. They lead 7-0. We'll be back with a kickoff. Tigers leading. Stay tuned for more football on 1230 Radio, KMRS and 107.7 FM.
Who wouldn't want their own Ice Castle Fish House? And who wouldn't want to win $1,000 in cold hard cash? Introducing the KKOK, KMRS, the Kangaroo, and Schweeters Ford, King of the Castle and Queen of the Cash Grand Giveaway. Awesome! Register now at participating businesses. Each week we'll choose 3 weekly finalists. And they'll be invited to the grand giveaway on December
Only took
12th
2 minutes
at
and 40
Schwieter's Ford
seconds.
in Montevideo. One person.
The Ice Castle Fish House, and 6 people will win $1,000 cash each.
No way.
Awesome.
Register today at Westmore Industries, Superior Industries, and Hancock Concrete. It's the KKOK, KMRS, the Kangaroo, and Schwieter's Ford, King of the Castle and Queen of the Cash Grand Giveaway. Register now at participating businesses. Brought to you by the Ingstad Minnesota Radio Network.
95.7 KKOK. It's, KMRS 1231 077 FM. 713. Let's send it back to Mark and Lyle.
Kick inside the 15, picked up, and Connor Patrick returns it out to the 32 for Holdingford. Got the ball on the left side and tried to right return and then cut it up and got the ball out to the 32 where the Huskers will go on offense with quarterback Tate Lang, senior, leading the way. 3 in the backfield. Full house, double tights, inside handoff, pretty good size hole, tripping up the fullback were the Tigers, and that's bear with
number
us.
33.
Yeah, that's Harn, I believe. Gain of 4 on the play, out to the 36. So off the left side, and again, we're going to have trouble with these numbers all night. Virtually impossible to see him from the press box. We'll do our best with the stream here. Out of the pistol now, Harn looking to pass, Lang, and what a catch. Well, they say it hit the ground. That would have been short of the first down, but it was ruled incomplete by the head linesman over here. Incomplete pass from Lang, and it'll be 3rd down and 6 at their own 36.
Now the Huskers, they run a lot of wishbone and double tight, and then when they spread out, then they'll have one back in the backfield and wings wide, but they like to run that jet sweep motion across there. So they're mainly focused on running the ball, but they will go deep up the sideline on occasion. They got a single one-on-one matchup out here with Labrie on this side.
Wow, 4 receivers stacked left and a quick screen left and cutting up front and getting the first down, and with a broken tackle is the receiver all the way out to the 49-yard line. So that one looked like it's going to be left because there's 4 guys out there, and they use the other 3 to block. And
catch by number 32 is Ryder Peterson.
Peterson with the first down for Holdingford on 3rd and 6. 8:30 mark of the first quarter. The Tigers have a 7-0 lead. Holdingford's first possession of the ball near midfield. They'll go kind of a double wing set here. Quarterback is the only one in the backfield, and now he'll call his own number, and Lang goes across midfield for a gain of 4.
32 was in at quarterback on that particular play, so it wasn't Lang, it was Peterson again. 32.
Yeah, so they're using a lot of different formations here early against the Tigers. Logie was in at DN, now he comes back out.
That's kind of what we expected, though. I knew they would run this spread offense, but again, they're still attacking with now they're back in their wishbone, but they're going to attack with the run and see what they can get.
2nd and 6, and the Tigers jump offside. There'll be a penalty.
So Lang back in at quarterback, so that must be a version of the Wildcat as we talk about in pro football, where they're bringing on just a plain.
Still 2nd down.
On that jet sweep and then take it up inside himself.
So that'll break at 2nd and a short 1.5 yards to go here. Clock running. Inside handoff, first down almost to the Tiger secondary is the ball carrier. And he gets down to the Tiger 36-yard line, first down.
That's Sam Harn, and he picked up about 7 on that one.
Harn looks to be the feature back for the Huskers. Tigers will bring in Sawyer Knobloch in the D line here. Double tight wishbone set. And they jumped early there, but no call. I think some of the guys took off at the right time. The ball just didn't. It got snapped and no one moved.
That looked pretty odd, George.
Yep.
I don't know.
I don't know. There was no flag, and Coach Pope was wondering. He said, well, the ball got snapped, but these guys didn't move. Gain of 1 on the play. Not sure who the ball carrier was. Lyle was kind of looking for the flag.
Yeah, I thought that play was going to be dead because it sure looked like their offensive line jumped, but apparently maybe the ball was snapped and
everybody else
early
moved
and
late.
everybody else didn't go.
This is that wing set, 2 receivers right, double tights, in motion from left to right, handoff to that motion. No, yeah, it is. To the outside with some room. Knocked out of bounds by Bruns, but not till he gets down to about the 26-yard line. I think he'll have a first down.
Ball carried by number 22, and that is Connor Patrick.
And he wasn't a starter from Coach Mitchell when I talked to him, but he's already carried the ball plus the kick return. 3 first downs now as Holdingford has not, got the ball at the Tiger 25-yard line. Clock stopped because he goes out of bounds, but now Holdingford threatening. Double tights. Inside handoff. Tigers right there. Linebackers got there. Gain of maybe 2 on the play.
Big stop by Bruns coming up from the safety there, hitting him right at the line of scrimmage.
1 yard gain to the 24. 4 down territory for the Huskers here.
That's going to bring up a 2nd and 9. Huskers are on the Tiger 24-yard line. 6:24 to go in the first quarter. Tigers up 7-0 with their first drive. Now we're putting the diamond troops all 4 out to the left here, Torb. What do we got going here?
They threw that quick screen here on this last time. In motion now. Quarterback keeper cuts back inside and forges ahead down to the 23, so he'll pick up a nice gain.
Good tackle by Tristan Rass. He got in and grabbed those ankles and wrapped up.
Down to the 18.
So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 3.
Shouts out, or welcome to former principal and teacher here, Ken Gagner and son Grant, listening in. 3rd and 3.
New grandpa Ken Gagner.
Yeah, congrats. I backfield. Little pitch right. Tigers try to stop him, but the penetration by the Tiger defense doesn't get him in time, and he gets a first down to the 14.
Labria with a nice tackle. Coming in and wrapped him up right by the legs and brought him right down, but not until he had the first down.
Patrick again. So Holdingford looking impressive on the ground here, and of course they want to keep this ball control kind of thing going away from the Tiger offense. 7-0 Tigers. If you're just joining us, 5:20 left in the first quarter. Holdingford at the Tiger 14 on their first drive. Out of the pistol, in motion. Quarterback keeper cuts back, fumble, and the big tackle gets it, bounces right into his lap. Tigers looked like they had a chance, and then the big offensive tackle on the right side got the football. Fortunate bounce there for Holdingford. It actually bounced forward for a couple of yards.
Actually gained a yard.
Yeah. So the ball will be spotted at the 11, a gain of 4. Quarterback was stopped for about a 2-yard gain, and then the ball got jarred away. Handoff, left side, Rass there, tackled about the 8-yard line.
Excellent defense. Rass stepped up and filled the hole with a shoulder tackle, wrap up, drive, and knock him down. That's what you want to see. Excellent defense from Tristan Rass right there.
Right at the soccer line, which is the 8-yard line at Big Cat. 4:15 clock running, 7-0 Tiger lead.
42 was the ball carrier on that big power play. And that's Blake Segura,
Yeah. They'll go wishbone here again on 3rd and 4. Pitch to the right, trying to get to the outside. Tigers trying to contain, and they'll tackle him short of the first down. He gains 2, maybe a yard down to the 7. It'll bring up 4th down, and a key play here early for both teams.
The wide sweep left, and Labria came up nice and turned the play inside so the pursuit could get there. So now we're looking at a big 4th down and goal here for the Huskers.
Yeah, they can get a first down at about the 3. Ball's on the 7.
So
I got the 4.
What you're saying, it's not 4th and goal.
It's not, but
I got my mistake.
Quarterback is going to jump pass. Tigers.
And caught.
It got deflected by 2 Tigers, caught about the goal 1-yard line. Unbelievable bounce going Holdingford's way again.
Seriously, fans.
You've seen that play.
2 people tipped the ball, a D lineman, then a linebacker, and number 23 made a diving catch for the first down.
That's Will Ethan, the tight end. And that's Tim Tebow start running forwards and throw that jump pass. It got deflected. Holdingford will drive towards the goal line, and now you got the rugby scrum, and I think he'll be stopped just about the goal line, but he will not be in. 2nd and goal. 3 minutes to go. Couple bounces Holdingford's way inside the 15. A fumble that they recovered, and then a little jump pass that got deflected, and they still found a way to catch it and get the first down.
Tough here. The Tigers make the stop on the first play from 1st and goal here inside the 3. Now the ball's sitting on the 1 yard line.
Well, they got a center that's 280 pounds, so I'm sure they're going to.
The Huskers have really nice size on the inside. They're 190, 290, 240, 185, and 280. So they're really good size up inside. So this is they're no secret what they want to do.
Quarterback under center on quarterback sneak. And there's the rugby scrum, and no signal as of yet. And they still say he's short by a foot. It'll be 3rd down and goal. Tigers hanging in there tough. A little goal line stand here. And the Huskers have a player down, injured. When I talked to Coach Mitchell, he said we'll only play about 15 players tonight, and that means that they have a lot of guys going both ways. And right now they have one of their offensive linemen down in a little bit of a pain here. We'll take an injury timeout. Stay tuned. It's 3rd and goal when we come back on 1230 Radio and 107.7 FM.
Jeff's been everywhere, man. Jeff's been everywhere. Been to the county fair, man, and every village square, man. Church suppers, he's had his share, man. Jeff's been everywhere.
How's the baseball going?
After 5, it's now 5-1. Stros.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, good news is, even if they win tonight, there's still Game 7 tomorrow.
That's right. Yep, the Astros they're showing some moxie, aren't they?
Yeah, that's the word for it.
Yeah. Well, they obviously they got some talent. It wasn't all cheating that got them those wins back in the World
Can't tell
Series.
the number there.
Right. Paid for by citizens for Jeff Becker.
It's 7:25. Let's send it back to Big Cat Stadium.
I think it's
Back to the action. I believe the center is the person hurt because they're practicing some snaps here with a new center, Lyle, and he's gingerly walking off. I doubt that he'll return.
Number 74, Brandon Dole. Is that right? And it's amazing, fans. It's really hard to see these numbers. They're white on white with just a little green trim, and it's next to impossible to read them.
Well, unless the rules have changed. Well, okay, they are moving back to the players' box, but they got all the Holdingford players down by the 10-yard line, and you have player boxes, and I'm really shocked that the officials are letting them stand there.
Yeah, because the player boxes are clearly marked here at the new
3rd
stadium.
and goal from the 1-foot line. Out of the pistol, quarterback
Wildcat
bobbles it, and he'll be tackled for a loss.
got a hold of him, and then the host of Tigers held on. He had a little bobble on that snap, Torg,
Yep.
and then that was enough to get the Tiger defense there. That was huge. 32, they had the Wildcat in there, and that was a loss of.
Not sure why we're stopping the action right now, Lyle.
What in the world? Yeah, this is really strange.
I don't know what's going on.
It's not the end of the
It's
quarter.
2:12 left.
The teams are acting like it's the end of the quarter. The Holdingford team went all the way to the other end of the field, but there says there's 2:12 on the clock, and they haven't spotted the football.
And the ball was a loss back to the 6 or 7. I'm not sure what's going on here, but they're acting like it's the end of the first quarter. See if we can find out
The
what's
stakes
happening.
haven't moved.
Oh, it's a timeout. I think it's just a timeout holding for it, Lyle. No. Did they say touchdown? Did I miss something?
Boy, we got Austin.
Oh, that was the extra point. So they ruled a touchdown on the play that the guy got hurt, Lyle.
Holy cow.
Are we way out of whack here? But I saw no touchdown
Between
signal.
the two of us, one of us has got to start watching the game.
Well,
here.
we were watching the replay. That was the extra point, no good. So it's 7-6. So a 1-yard run for that touchdown, and then the extra point was stopped by the Tigers. So it's 7-6. No wonder. Here's the kick, short squib kick, caught, bobbled, picked up by Brewer. Tries to get some running room, flags all over the place, and out to the 26-yard line. The Tigers will have a penalty here. So the ball got picked up by Brewer at the 30. He kind of bobbled it, picked it up, and then got about 6 or 7 yards, but this will be moved back about 10, and
well,
the
we'll
Tigers will
have to
have
do
a
some
holding
checking,
penalty.
but I'm going to give that touchdown to number 32, Ryder Peterson, 1-yard TD, but we're going to have to check on that because I don't know what happened there because the rest we never saw the touchdown.
I never saw a
signal.
signal. And then I honestly, when the guy got hurt, I didn't watch that they spotted the ball at the 3.
Well, as you
foul, illegal blindside block on the receiving team, 15-yard penalty, first down.
And I saw no signal, but obviously it was a touchdown. So, and we know that now. The scoreboard says 7-6. The penalty will make the Tigers start from the 16-yard line, and they'll go trips right. Lone setback behind Bruns is Decker. Option left. Bruns will pitch across the 20. Decker out to the 24. Good gain on the play. Gain of about 9.
Nice pitch there. Zach took the ball to the left side, and he waited his time perfect, made the pitch. Decker got the outside. Good tackle by the cornerback, but a 9-yard gain. Good start on first down for the Tigers.
So at the 2:12 mark, Holdingford gets within a point. They miss the extra point. Tigers still have a 7-6 lead. Second down and a yard to go from the 24. Bruns will send 2 receivers both ways, and he's in the pistol. Decker behind him. Still 12 on the play clock as he looks around. Now calls the play. Back to pass, looking, throwing, pass, caught in the seam, tackled about
Kenny the Jet on the nice play
out to
on
the 46.
Slant, on the slant play.
That's 5 first downs for each team now. It's been all offense.
23-yard completion to Kenny. Beautiful. Again, Bruns with the play fake up on the inside on the RPO, and he hits Kenny Soderberg on that deep slant, reminiscent of what you see the Golden Gophers do.
And Bruns has had time to throw on all of his passing attempts here tonight.
And once again, that O-line doing a good job giving him some time to throw that ball.
From their own 46, Bruns has it. Throwing deep. Kenny's out there, overthrown.
He kind of bobbled that snap a little bit, and he really didn't get his
double
feet
clutched
reset.
a little bit.
Kenny on my favorite route out there on that post corner, and he was open. He had a 2-yard cushion out there, and if Zach would have had his feet under him, I think that would have been a beautiful completion.
Piers 14, Melrose 7 at the end of 1. Here it's 7-6. Tigers leading, 54 seconds left in the first quarter. Both teams have scored in their opening possession. Second down and 10, 3 receivers to the right, ball near the left hash. Bruns will get tackled in the backfield for a 1-yard loss, and it'll bring up 3rd and long for the Tigers.
Well, they brought pressure from both sides. He made the play fake inside to Decker, but there was pressure from both sides, so Zach didn't really have a chance to dance there. Good defense by the Huskers.
Yeah, now you have a 3rd down and 11. This has not happened to the Tiger offense. So, obviously we're only in game 2, but last week they were in a lot of 3rd and shorts.
The Huskers are going to put two defenders out here on wide left on Jackson Logie, one-on-one coverage back on the top side. But they got a safety shade in that way, so the Huskers have 6 kids in pass defense and only 5 at the line of scrimmage.
You got a 5-yard penalty for a false start on the Tigers.
The defensive guy
jumped, Lyle.
Still 3rd down.
It's different than in college and pros where you can draw them offside. And the Tiger offensive guy jumped after the defensive guy did, but it's going to cost the Tigers 5, and now it's 3rd and 16. 19 seconds left to go here. And the Tigers will have to run a play. I don't know why they didn't reset the play clock, but they didn't. Back to pass, Bruns. Scrambling for his life. Now gets to the outside. He'll be tackled. Short gain on the play, but the Tigers will be forced to punt here, and that will be the end of the first quarter.
Bruns picked up about 7, but of course we were stuck in a 3rd and 16.
So good job by the Holdingford defense. After 1, the Tigers have a 7-6 lead, but we'll probably see the Tigers punting after we come back for quarter 2. Stay tuned for Tiger football on 1230 Radio, 107.7 FM.
Your #1 Tigers fan, Auto Owners Insurance, and the Rents Agency is a winning combination. We'll work with you to ensure your home, auto, business, and life, and keep everything you value safe, sound, secure. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Call the Rents Agency in Morris today, 320-589-2442. Morris Electronics offers great sales and service on computers, printers, accessories, and networks. Morris Electronics offers in-shop service, or they can bring their service shop to you. Stop in and visit with their professional, friendly staff at Morris Electronics, downtown Morris. For all your banking needs, see the professionals at Bremer Bank in Morris. Checking accounts, loans, certificates of deposit, and savings accounts. Full-service hometown banking is what you'll find when you bank at Bremer Bank in Morris. Equal opportunity lender, member FDIC.
95 or KMRS 1230 1077 F 733. Let's send it back to Tiger football.
All right, scoring recap. Tigers scored at the 9:20 mark in their first drive. 21-yard touchdown pass from Bruns to Logie. Kick by Bruns was good. And then Holdingford actually went 68 yards and had 5 first downs and scored on a 1-yard plunge and then got the extra point throttled by the Tigers. So we're at 7-6. We're at 4th down. Tigers on their own 47, 4th and 8. Looks like a punt here for Rass.
That's great, Torg. We're getting texts from Jim Greenwald and Ken Gagner, and they're watching it on the live stream. Gags just sent me a text, and you can see he's got it up on the big screen, and he said, hey, that touchdown was scored the play before, so we got these guys helping us out, even if we can't see it from here.
Yeah. Well. So Rass will be back about his 33-yard line. Good snap. Kind of a wobbly short kick. Let's see if it gets, and it gets a bad roll. This will be a really short punt of about 10 yards. Just got a bad roll. It went off the side of his foot, and if that thing rolls the other way, it probably is a 25 or 30-yard punt. But Holdingford gets great field position at their 42. So Holdingford actually, the Tigers have 3 penalties already, and Holdingford's fumbled and almost had another pass deflected, but they're right in this ball game, trailing by a point, back on offense after holding the Tigers 3 and out.
Now we're looking for the Tigers, and one of our pregame keys was that we'd have to make some adjustments to stop this running game, and I see we've gone to a 6-man front now to start this
Second
drive.
Man through, out to the 45, and fumble. I think the Tigers got this one, Lyle.
We got a lot of orange hands pointing, and the ref said we got it. The Tigers have the ball. Let's see who got that recovery.
Brunsey comes in from the safety, and he gets the fumble recovery. So right back on offense. That's a huge play. Turnovers, that's one thing we always should put in the keys to the game, Lyle, is turnovers, because we know that's going to make a huge difference.
You better believe it. It's always a key to the game. That's a huge turnover because obviously the Tigers gained a ton of field position here. We're starting with the ball at the 44-yard line of Holdingford.
Second fumble, but the first one they lost, the Huskers. Tigers will start in Holdingford territory. Bruns, little quick slant caught about to the 35, about 9 yards on the play. Logie again.
Logie get the play fake and then coming up on that quick slant to the wide receiver on the outside. So Logie already with 4 catches tonight and looking real sharp. Bruns, of course, has been putting the ball on the money, and we're starting to expect that he's going to be an accurate thrower. Loving it.
3 receivers right, 1 left. That's Logie. Out of the pistol with Decker behind him is Bruns, the senior quarterback, 2nd and 1. Option left. Bruns is going to keep his own number, and he's off to the races, and he'll go for the score. Once he got through that, he just smelled pay dirt, and he went.
36-yard touchdown run, Zach Bruns. Wow. He came outside that option, Torg, and he planted that left foot, and he found a seam, and once he got by the linebackers, he was gone.
So a 44-yard drive after the turnover, and points off turnovers were big last week. Toby Gonerman had an interception for a touchdown. So the Tigers now with a 13-6 lead. Extra point pending here. Bruns to kick. That was a quick turnaround. Snap. They're going to fake it. Brunsey looking, throwing, pass caught, 2-point conversion.
Decker with a 2-point conversion.
Well, that gives you a 9-point lead. So a big score by the Tigers. We'll take a quick timeout. Be back here. We've got a lot of football left on 1230 radio and 107.7 FM.
We know how hectic your schedule can be, and Pizza Ranch is here for a quick on-the-go option or let's sit down and visit kind of meal. Whether you have kids here, set them up right with some down-home comfort food. We got all the goodies. Pizza Ranch Morris, proud sponsor of Area Athletics. Give us a call today, 589-2102. Options for Women in Morris is here to help. If you're pregnant or needing help, contact Options for Women. You can give us a call at 320-589-0300. For more information, check our website, optionsmorris.com. OFWM is partially funded by Positive Alternative by Minnesota Department of Health.
KMRS 1230 1077 FM. 737, let's send it back to Big Cat Stadium.
All right, thank you, Jason. Tigers to kick off after they get that two-play, 44-yard drive, quick strike, runs with the 36-yard blast, and off the left side on the option, just saw a hole and took off. And now Holdingford trailing by 9, 15-6.
Kicking off this time for the Tigers is not Bruns. Kickoff right to the 30-yard line. Drop.
Fumbled and picked up at the 34 by Holdingford. Excuse me.
Kicking for the Tigers, number 59, Hunter Gibson.
Yeah, Hunter kicked a few last week.
So I guess he fumbled it forward as he gets a 4-yard return for the Huskers.
Holdingford will go pistol. Nobody in the backfield except the quarterback. In motion from right to left and hand it off. And Gonerman gets him about at the 35, 36-yard line. Gain of 2.
Gonerman on that jet sweep, he would not allow himself to be hooked. Coach Witt would have been proud of that. He turned that back inside, and he made the first contact, but then the linebackers were there to clean up. Good defense on first down, a gain of 1.
And again, bear with us about reading the numbers here of the ball carriers, especially when they're running sideways. Trying to use the
whenever Holdingford goes to
here,
this spread formation, they always use that jet sweep motion, it seems like. Now, they haven't tried anything deep yet. We do know that they will go up the sideline. Here's that jet motion again.
Back to pass looking. Quarterback pressured, rolling right, cuts inside, has some running room. Tigers' Rass will get him for virtually no gain.
Excellent rush from the outside on the left side there, and Evan Oberg had him right in his sights, but he was able to deke Evan, get to the outside, but Rass closed right in and made a nice ankle tackle, took him right down. Again, good D, facing 3rd and 9 here now for the Huskers.
Yeah, no gain on the play, but good pressure by the Tigers and pretty good coverage. The quarterback, once he got pressure by Oberg, had to give up looking downfield. Then more pressure came and Rass put him down. 9:43 left in the first half, 15-6, the Tigers lead. Twin receivers both ways. Quarterback looking, back to pass, throwing deep, receiver out there, overthrown, good defensive coverage by Labria over there.
There was a little foot tanglement there, but I think the refs made a good call by letting that go. The ball was overthrown, and Labria had perfect inside coverage.
4th down, Rass coming out of the football game. Yeah, special teams coming on, punt return. Kenny Soderberg will be back. Last week they had Labria and him both back, so maybe they'll just have a single return man here. 15-6 Tiger lead. 4th down and 8 here. 9.5 minutes left in the first half. Both teams have all 3 timeouts.
Got a number on that punter?
It's a fake. With some running room. And tackled short of the first down is the ball carrier. And now a late
flag. What's this?
We don't want this to be on the Tigers because it'll change possession. The Tigers actually have.
Brendan Hardy-Torg came up from the outside on the special team and made a great tackle. Shoulder wrapped him up and dumped him down short of that first down. But now we got to let the striped shirt sort this out here.
So it could be one of those that we stopped him short, and the penalty could be after the play.
Dead ball, personal foul on the offense. It'll be a 15-yard penalty. First down.
Punt return. The fake punt was 2 or 3 yards short of the first down. So Lyle called it. Hardy was that was a great play, and then the penalty came.
Because when he came around the outside, it looked like that was going to be a good play, and Hardy came up and just wrapped that up. A beautiful tackle. I mean, he got nothing after Hardy hit him, and this is a big penalty against the Huskers.
Well, I think you got to believe that teams are going to come in here. I know it's only game 2, but the kind of points that the Tigers put up against Minnewaska last week, teams are thinking that they're going to have to score and gamble a little bit, and they did, and it didn't. The Tigers did a good job holding them on special teams. So now with a 9-point lead, they get the ball all the way down to the 27-yard line of Holdingford after the 15-yard penalty. Long signal count here, still 10 on the play clock. Bruns has 3 receivers left, Logie wide right. Option right, Bruns pitches it, good cutback. And still driving ahead to the 20 is Decker.
Nice option play, the speed option coming to the right side. Decker took the pitch, made a couple of moves, but he picked up 6.
Well, they mark him way back to the 22. Knee must have went down, so.
Picked up 5.
Yeah, picked up 5. A lot of times they're running that option away from the trips, but they have Toby Gonerman, the tight end, sometimes. But Tigers a little bit confused on the formation here. Just 15 on the play clock. Logie finally gets settled to go wide left. I think the Tigers a little mixed up on this one, Lyle.
No tight end. Gonerman and Soderberg and Rass split.
Back to pass. Brunzy's going to throw it deep for Logie. Did he catch it? We got a late flag. Logie did catch it, and he's down. He got tackled pretty hard there, and he's down about the 3-yard line. I'm hoping Jackson just got it.
It's a gain of 18 on the play. Then a flag came flying out.
The safety got over there, so it ended up being double coverage. We'll see if we can get the replay. I think Jackson just got it in the breadbasket, I hope. He's holding his stomach area.
Coach Pope's on the field to check him out. He gets a penalty here. Dang it, he just gave it to the penalty.
I thought he pointed our Tigers' way. That it was on us.
Yeah, that was that goal pattern up the sideline, and he found the seam between the corner and the safety.
Jackson's up.
And the safety got over there and whacked him pretty good, but he held on for the catch. And he's popped up now. Jackson looks good. He's coming off at his own power.
Land on the football. Unfortunately, the penalty is going to cause this one to go back.
Riley Reimers will be in the ball game to replace Jackson, number 20 in the ball game, and Jackson's heading towards the huddle, and he's waving off. He's waving off Riley Reimers, but I don't think he can do that, can he?
It's going to be a 10-yard walk-off.
There you go. Now Coach Pope is sending Riley back in.
Yeah, he's got to come out for one play.
So that penalty is going to erase the catch.
Yeah, and that would have been 1st and goal on the 3. And I was going to say it was just a 5-yard penalty, and I'm not sure we had a man downfield, I believe. So
when we run those RPOs, I know I talked to Coach Hoffman about this, and the linemen don't know sometimes when the play starts if it's going to be a run or pass.
I backfield, tight end, pitch, Decker. Breaks one tackle, breaks another, cut back down to the 20. Heck of a job by Decker to get what looked like about a 2-yard gain down to the 20. It'll bring up 3rd and short.
7-yard gain, and again, it looked like he was going to have no gain. Logie back in now for Reimers, and so good thing he must have just got the wind knocked out of him there a little bit. We got Logie and Soderberg split wide to the right in the slot now. 3rd and 4.
Tigers need to get to about the 17 here.
Tigers leading 15-6 with 7:53 remaining in the second quarter.
Brunzy under center with eye back, so it looks like a run play. Little quick pass. Kenny to the outside, 1st down, and he might go to the house. Cuts back and can't quite get there.
Stopped on the 1-yard line.
He tried to cut back and then make a move at the 2, so good job by Holdingford of stopping him from getting into the end zone, but just had too much speed and got to the outside on that quick slant, or that quick screen out to the slot.
Just a quick screen out there, and you love to see that because Kenny's got the speed, and he made the first guy miss, and he went up the sideline, and 2 guys met him at the 2-yard line and held him there, kept him out of the end zone. 1st and goal, Tigers.
Eye backfield, under center, Bruns. Rass, the fullback, will be stopped for no gain, maybe a yard loss. That time the penetration got the best of the Tigers. The defensive lineman got through, and they'll lose a yard back. And I think with Bruns' presence here, you probably, he's going to maybe go eye backs here again, but I think you could really put him back in the pistol and just let him kind of find a hole like we did much of last game. They'll go on under center, looking, rolling, looking some more, throwing, touchdown, Logie.
Somehow
he gets around the corner.
Logie ran a little square out there. Nobody stayed with him. And of course, Zach scrambled out. The defense must have thought that Zach was going to carry, but Logie was open for like most of that play. And he ran that deep little square out, and Zach found him. So Logie with the catch and a touchdown from 2 yards, 2-yard TD. Jackson Logie.
That was after the failed fake punt and then the penalty, so it's a 27-yard drive for that touchdown, 21-6, pending the extra point here. And the Tigers move on the left side. So they'll either have to kick this from 5 yards back or go for 2.
Once again, Torg, that short field is going to kill you. And the Tigers start on the 27-yard line, scored a TD. The previous drive, they started on the Holdingford 44-yard line. So that's a big part of it. And you can rack up points in a hurry if you continue to get those good short fields. Credit the defense for setting them up.
Bruns will kick this one, and it's short and left, or right, excuse me. No good. So 21-6. The Tigers leading by 15. There's a break in the action. Stay tuned for more Tiger football on 1230 radio and 107.7 FM.
Jeff's been everywhere, man. Jeff's been everywhere. Been to the county fair, man, and every village square, man. Church suppers, he's had his share, man. Jeff's been everywhere. Jeff's been to Chicago, Cyrus, Foxhome, Farwell, Barry, Barrett, Baker, Bradford, Walden, Wendell, Nashua, Norcross, Dumont, Doran, Dallimont, Delaware, Big Stone, Blue Mounds, Moe, Everglades, Erdahl, Kent, Pinta, Home City. Jeff's been everywhere. Jeff Backer is a strong voice working hard at the Capitol for our families, farmers, and communities. Jeff Backer is committed to helping senior citizens lead healthy and independent lives. Jeff Backer has the experience we need and the values we trust. Go to jeffbacker.com and become a backer today. Jeff's been everywhere. Paid for by Citizens for Jeff Backer.
It's 7:49 at KMRS Morris. Let's send it back to Big Cat Stadium.
Hey, thank you. And the Tigers will kick off. This will be Gibson again. Punches this left foot down, and it'll bounce about the 20. Bobble a little bit about the 22 and taking it out to about the 30-yard line is the return man. And that's number 23, I believe, and that's Will Ethan, tight end. So from the 30, Holdingford now seeing the Tigers up 21-6 with still over half of the second quarter. This quarter has certainly gone a lot slower, Lyle, with the turnovers and a few touchdowns here.
Yeah, that's a fact. You know, in that first quarter, of course, Holdingford had that long drive to really eat up clock, but times have changed here a little bit.
Big hole for the running back.
Fumble.
And a fumble late.
What are we going to call
I don't know
here? The Tigers got it, but no, they're calling him down, second down.
Yep.
Yep.
That was really a quick hitter, and he got 8 yards up the middle. Out to the 38-yard line, second down and 2 to go. Almost to the halfway point of quarter number 2 here. Back to the wishbone attack, and you might see the Holdingford stay with this a little bit. First down to the 40. Short gain on the play, but because of the gain on first down, Holdingford with their 6th first down have the Tigers for unofficially 8. 2 turnovers, well, actually just 1 turnover, and then the fake punt that didn't gain a first down.
Number 32 on the carry is Peterson.
Holdingford will go double tights again.
Tigers are staying with that 6-man front now, and it's Bruns is up tight at the corner, and it's almost like a 63.
Second man through is stuck by number 6, Decker.
Decker really stood up and made a heck of a nice hit there. He really stopped that play dead. They like to line up in that wishbone. Then they just basically run that power play where the fullback leads, and they get it to one of the off-backs and run that ISO play right up the inside.
And they fumbled on that one. They fumbled on that one earlier, and that one he almost got the ball jarred again. Now they'll spread it out here. They actually have 12 men out there. Now they call it. I was wondering if Mr. Bruns would see that. Holdingford had too many players on the field, and one goes out there late, and you can't have 12 in the huddle.
Substitution infraction on the offense. 5-yard penalty, second down.
Major 15-yard penalty. Tigers have actually had 5 penalties. So that'll mark them back. It'll be second down and 14 to go. Back on the 31. Custodian Chris is listening intently at school tonight, Lyle.
Well, that's good. There was a fumble.
Fumbled snap, and the Tigers will sack the quarterback. Lang Coach Mitchell just beside himself on the
Gottman
sideline.
came in for a half a sack there.
They were going deep that time, Lyle.
Yeah, and Oberg in there on that sack, and that's a big loss. That's going to hurt the Huskers. They're going to be looking at 3rd and 20 here.
4:45 clock running. All 3 timeouts left for both teams.
Oberg with a good move there to shed his blocker, and the quarterback fumbled that ball a little bit, and Evan was right on top of that, and then Gottman was in on the outside. Gottman has really been standing out that defensive end spot tonight, making a lot of good plays.
Cole Wente is going to give Durgan a break here, Lyle. He'll go in at right corner.
It's
They
good to
bring
see
in an
Cole
extra
in the game.
back.
He's another guy that can run. We talk about our good overall speed, and that's been a really big asset for the Tigers in these first 2 ball games, and Cole Wente's another guy that can run, so it's nice you can get him in there, get some seasoning, and be able to give Decker a little break.
Holdingford takes a timeout. We'll take a quick timeout. You're listening to Tiger Football on 1230 Radio, KMRS.
Stop in for spooktacular deals all month long at UPetcha in Morris. Toys, treats, food, and more. Come, stay, shop. 624 Atlantic Avenue in Morris. See you soon.
Looking for new windows? Then stop in at Hooters Lumber in Chicago. Thermaltech windows stand up extremely well in the harsh climate of our area. Thermaltech windows are maintenance-free, will not rust, corrode, warp, blister, swell, shrink, or peel. All Thermaltech windows have options that meet or exceed Energy Star's thermal performance standards. For Thermaltech windows, stop at Hooters Lumber in Chicago today.
12:30 a.m. 107.7 FM, 7:54, and scoreboard update from our sister stations now 14-0 in favor of Rockford. Let's send it back to Lyle and Mark.
Thank you, Jason.
I just gotten that score 14-zip. Rockford. That's a long drive too from Rockford to. Well, it's right on 55. 3rd and 22 here. Back to pass, looking, pressure coming, sacked. He took too long, Lyle, and the coverage was a coverage sack, but
Brady Bachman,
yep.
and he really got, and he threw a big fist when he came off that tackle. Brady is a good leader on that D line. That's another big loss, so that's going to put us back. That's going to put it back. They were on the 28-yard line, so back to the 16. So that's a 12-yard loss.
And I'm not sure if there's another timeout, I believe, but I think Coach Mitchell's just upset that's maybe why he called the timeout.
Holdingford's a little bit like a fish out of the water when they get forced to pass. Last week, as I said when we watched that Sauk Center game back, they really want to control that ball, and that first drive, they certainly did that. Again, Tiger defense has made some nice adjustments now, and if we can, with the penalty, when they get to that 3rd and long, and then we can unleash our pass rush, and the guys did a nice job. That was like a jailbreak pass rush there. Bachman leading the way, Brady Bachman with the big sack.
So it was a timeout, and the Tigers will be here to return the punt upcoming here on 4th down. The last time they went into punt formation, they faked it, but they have to get out. They have 34 yards to go here, so the punt might not go as far as the yardstick here. The Tigers will bring their special teams out, and I don't know if Kenny's going to go deep. Yeah, he will go deep now. So the punter will be standing about his 5-yard line here, and this drive got all the way out to the 40. Kenny standing at the Holdingford 40. High, short kick. Let it go. Now get away from it. Very little bounce. It'll just pretty much bounce right at the 40 where the Tigers will get the football. So they had a first down at the spot where the Tigers get the football back, but a couple of sacks and, again, a 5-yard penalty cost the Huskers, and the Tigers with 3:52 will try to add to their 21-6 lead here. Next week, the Tigers go to Long Prairie for their first road game.
Obviously, a lot of time on the clock here. Now let's see if the Tigers can get a little ball control going here, and now they're leaving Soderberg out here. Kenny's out here all by himself, 1-1. They're putting a double team on Jackson Logate to the top left.
Option right, big hole for the fullback. To the outside, 20, 15, inside the 10, down to the 6 is Rass.
34-yard run, Tristan Rass. What a beautiful cut he made to get to the outside, and it was the option play, and Bruns gave him the ball. And, Zach has the right to pull that ball or give it away, and he gave it to to Tristan, and he broke up off the right tackle, and he cut to the outside. Beautiful run.
Well, you put two guys over on Jackson on the left, and you got nobody to tackle once he got to the outside.
That's a fact, because that's what they're doing. They're putting double teams out there on our good wideouts, so that leaves room for the Tigers on the inside.
1st and goal from the 7 in the pistol with 2 in the backfield is Bruns. Still 5 on the play clock. 1 on the play clock. Just getting it off. Rass drives ahead inside the 5 to about the 4.5. They're going to mark it at the 5, gain of 2. That play barely got off in time. And we got another Holdingford player getting up slow, but he will stay in the football game.
Tigers will stay with 2 wideouts here now and a tight end and 2 in the backfield. I think Zach's going to stay in that shotgun formation here.
Yeah.
So he'll be looking at running option or RPOs. And again, we have some pretty tough options for the Huskers with 2 good wideouts on each side, single covered.
Bruns quick slant. And I believe he caught it.
Logie got inside of that cornerback, and Bruns once again put it right on the money. Logie with a sliding catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Well, that's 3 catches for touchdowns for Logie, and he's having a big night.
Where was that ball spot? It was on the 3.
Oh, excuse me, on the 5.
5-yard TD,
Yep.
Jackson Logie.
Tigers have another short field 40-yard drive, and now they lead 27-6. Extra point kick. Bruns' kick this time is perfect. And the Tigers have a 28-6 lead, still 2:35 left. We'll take another timeout. Stay tuned for more Tiger football on 1230 radio and 107.7 FM.
Hi, this is John with Thrifty White Pharmacy of Morris, and we are dedicated to providing services and convenience for you. Our location will serve your needs with consultation rooms, a prescription drive-through, and we are your immunization provider. Thrifty White Pharmacy is open weekdays 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., Saturday 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., and Sunday noon to 4. Now located on 3 Highway 28 East. Good luck, area athletes.
Got a new driver to insure? Call someone you can count on for all kinds of discounts. Call your State Farm agent. Find out why more families with young drivers trust State Farm. Call State Farm agent Paul Latond in Morris at 312-589-2323.
It's 8 o'clock on the dot. Let's send it back to Big Cat Stadium.
So a 7-6 game.
After 1 is now 28-6 as the Tigers have scored 21 unanswered points here with the help of a couple of short fields and a turnover. Gibson will kick this one, caught about the 25-yard line across the 30 with some running room across the 40, and that return will set up good field position. So Holdingford with 2:29 and 2 timeouts will have excellent field position. See if the Tiger defense can come up with another stop here.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the dang return number.
Yeah, that was tough. And we almost have to look at the monitor to pick up the numbers because they're too far away.
I think it was number 22, so he had it.
Yeah.
It was
that's our same return man, and that's Connor Patrick.
17 yards.
Handoff, cut back, ends with some running room across midfield and tackled close to the first down as the ball carrier. And that was number 33, Haran Lyle, I think.
Yep.
And they're going to give him 10 yards. And the 7th first down for the Huskers. I have the Tigers for 10. Tigers don't have a lot of first downs because they've had such short fields. They've had a 27-yard drive, a 44-yard drive, and a 40-yard drive. Now Holdingford with 2:10 to go in Tiger territory, looking to pass. And
looking for
here's
a screen.
And the Tigers can't quite get him, and getting down the sideline for big yards. And now a fumble, and Holdingford gets it. The Tigers had a chance to tackle him at the line of scrimmage. He got by that and got 25 yards, and then a ball got punched out with Holdingford, a trailing blocker, got the ball at the 25. That's a big play, and I know Jake told me, Lyle, look out for screens for Holdingford, and that was well set up after a couple of sacks.
35-yard gain on that screen, and we one of the Tigers just had a good shot at him, but just couldn't quite make that ankle tackle.
Yeah, that was well set up.
Flynn McNally is in there now playing on that DN spot, and he just had a piece of him, but he couldn't pull him down.
Back to pass, Lang, pressure, he'll go down. on that reception, Lyle, was Peterson, 32.
72, Monty Fair with the sack there. He broke through from the inside. Tate tried to step up inside, and Monty Fair was right there to put him down. Loss of 4.
We'll keep it here. Timeout holding for just a minute 27 to go. We'll keep it here to set the stage here. It's going to be 2nd down and 14 at the 29. Tiger defense has played well since that first opening drive where Holdingford went 68 yards and had a 4th down conversion. And then, again, they missed the extra point going for 2. And then the Tigers have scored the 3 touchdowns in the second quarter at the 11:07 mark, 6:45 mark, and 2:35 mark. Logie's got 3 touchdown catches. The other one was a 36-yard Bruns run. And the Tigers have kicked 2 extra points. They missed 1 kick, and then they faked and got a Bruns to Decker reception for the 2-point conversion on their second touchdown. So that's 28-6 with a minute 27 to go. Holdingford with still 1 timeout, and it's 2nd down and 14 at the Tiger 29. Our halftime show tonight, we'll go through first half stats and talk about a little bit about the other Tiger sports that are going on. Out of the timeout, Holdingford will have actually 2 receivers right and a receiver left. Lang's going to look.
Big blitz coming here.
And he'll go down again.
Holberg and Rass on the sack.
He wants to go deep, but he's going to have to let it go a little sooner.
The Tigers brought 7 that time. They sold out man-to-man coverage, and they brought the pressure. The old Riverboat gambler Pope bringing the heat at him.
And we have good D-backs that can go with these receivers as well. And Decker will come out, and Wente will come in as an extra D-back again.
Quarterback Tate Lang, he's had his last 4 carries have been for losses of total of about 40 yards. He's had 4 consecutive
Dylan Rose
carries.
also in there now, another defensive back that the Tigers have added some depth with. 3rd and long to the outside with the run, and the Tigers, and I think we got a face mask.
Brady Bachman is looking down away. It was inadvertent, but he hooked the face mask on that play coming around the side, and you can see Brady knew what happened. So is this will this be an automatic first down?
I don't think so. I think it'd just be 15 yards, and if it's from the spot of the foul was at the 40, but it should be from the end of the run.
Right, and it's not an automatic first down.
So they're going to get down to the 20, and they'll get the down over too. So that'll be a huge penalty to keep this drive alive. Otherwise, it's 4th down and 20. Now the penalty will put the ball at the 20. And it'll be 3rd down and
7.
Yeah, they have to get to like the
3rd and 6.
3rd and 6.
22 and
out of the pistol, quarterback, little swing pass, caught, immediate tackle, Labria, loss of 2.
Nice play. They tried to run that little slip screen to the wideout, sneaking to the inside. Labria stuck him right there on the catch. He was right with them. Again, 22. He's been busy. Connor Patrick.
Yeah, and that's a 3rd and final timeout. We'll take a quick timeout. Stay tuned. It'll be 4th down when we come back on 1230 radio and 107.7 FM.
Midwest Health Benefits in Morris and Glenwood invite you to stop in and visit with them about your insurance needs. Whether you're currently insured or not, stop in, get your questions answered. Stop in and see Midwest Health Benefits downtown Morris and Glenwood, where service is their specialty.
Are you looking to brighten the walls in your home? In their paint department, see the Match Right Color Computer. Bring in your wallpaper border or any other item, and they'll create that exact color for your painting project with quality Ace Royal paints. For all your hardware needs, shop Ace Hardware downtown Morris.
Jim Riley & Sons Construction is the place to call for all your excavating needs, large or small. They do it all. Plus, Jim Riley & Sons Construction is your place to go for top quality dirt, sand, and gravel. Clean up your site with the help of Jim Riley & Sons Construction. Call 589-2120 today.
It is 8:07, about a minute to go on our sister station KKOK. It's now 14-7. Rockford. Let's send it back to Big Cat Stadium.
After the timeout, it's an unusual flag that you had a dead ball timeout, and then they're lining up, and now
it's going to be 4th and 7 for Holdingford. So this flag's pretty. It's either 4th and 12 or 4th and 2.
Substitution infraction on the offense. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Yeah. And that's
big.
That's a key. With 31 seconds, it's 4th down. They're out of timeout, so they could get a first down and then keep this drive alive, and lots of things could happen with spiking the ball and throwing incomplete passes. But it's 4th down, so they got to get the first down, which is 4th and 11. They need to get down to about the 15. You know, Lyle, this is the first time ever that we've had the lines markers on the home side. 4th down. Back to pass. Lang throwing. Pass up there. It's batted away. Incomplete.
Beautiful break up by Labria. Ethan Labria coming up the sideline. He got off the ground and went up and knocked that away from the taller receiver. Beautiful play. Labria pass break up.
No, 26 seconds left. Ball on your own. You can obviously just kneel it down here and go into halftime. But with the weapons you got, with the speed, with Kenny and stuff, and then Jackson drawing double coverage, Holdingford's going to go with a lot of defensive backs back there. So maybe the Tigers will just try to run this one and be satisfied with the 28-6, 22-point lead here.
That's probably the best choice to make right here. But like you said,
you get Bruns running in an open field, though, and anything could happen if he can just find a seam here. And we've already seen that in both weeks 1 and 2. He is going to go under center out of I back, so, and it does look like just a running. They're going to just kneel it down. Nothing Holdingford can do, so this will probably be at the end of the first half.
I think before this ball game, Torg, we'd have been satisfied with 28-6 at halftime.
Yeah.
So Tigers having a very, very good first half, some good offensive efficiency and some great adjustments defensively to really bottle up that Holdingford attack.
So that will do it for the first half. The Tigers have a 28-6 lead at the half, and a long second quarter after a pretty swift played first quarter. And the Tigers do all the scoring in that second quarter and now enjoy a 21-0 second quarter advantage and lead 28-6 at the half. Painesville did have an injury to their center early in the football game, and the Tigers have certainly taken advantage of some short fields. We'll be back with tonight's halftime show. We're going to take 3 minutes of time out to thank our fine sponsors back at the radio station, and stay tuned for our halftime show. You're listening to Tiger Football, Morris area, Chicago, Alberta on 1230 and 107.7 FM.
Who wouldn't want their own Ice Castle Fish House? And who wouldn't want to win $1,000 in cold hard cash? Introducing the KKOK, KMRS, the Kangaroo, and Schwieters Ford, King of the Castle and Queen of the Cash Grand Giveaway.
Awesome!
How do I win?
Register now at participating businesses. Each week, we'll choose 3 weekly finalists, and they'll be invited to the Grand Giveaway on December 12th at Schwieters Ford in Montevideo. 1 person will win the Ice Castle Fish House, and 6 people will win $1,000 cash each.
No way! Awesome!
Woo! Register today at Morris Liquors, Old No. 1 Bar and Grill, and Thrivent Financial, Wayne Grunkley. It's the KKOK, KMRS, the Kangaroo, and Schwieters Ford, King of the Castle and Queen of the Cash Grand Giveaway. Register now at participating businesses. Brought to you by the Ingstad Minnesota Radio Network.
Stop by John's Total Entertainment downtown Morris. John specializes in buying, selling, and trading new and used DVDs, video games, and trading cards. John's also has a large selection of collectible card games, RPGs, and games. So whether you're looking for an afternoon of fun, an evening's entertainment, or a lifetime hobby, you'll find what you're looking for at John's Total Entertainment. John's is open 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. Monday through Wednesday, 10 to 8 Thursday through Saturday, and noon to 5 on Sunday. John's also carries hundreds of books and does special orders weekly. The Morris Co-op and Cenex South has everything you need to keep you going, whether it's gas for your vehicle or snacks to keep you going, with a quick bite in their deli, hot dogs, brats, soup of the day, and now offering Wisconsin meat sticks and cheese products, along with a quick fill at the pumps. At Morris Co-op, their auto shop has you covered with oil changes, auto repairs, and tires. Stop in today at the Morris Co-op and Cenex South.
Daily Electric Incorporated of Morris. Pat Daly, owner, offers great electrical service for farm, commercial, or residential. Whether it's new construction or repair, give Pat a call for free estimates and timely expert work. Call Daily Electric 320-589-7191. Daily Electric Incorporated of Morris.
Thrivent Financial is proud to support the Morris Area Tigers. At Thrivent Financial, we believe money is a tool, not a goal. For more than 100 years, we've helped our members be stewards of the gift God has given them. No matter your life situation, we can work with you to help you make wise money decisions. Call 320-589-1731.
Federated Telephone Cooperative provides state-of-the-art phone, cable TV, and high-speed internet to West Central Minnesota over their fiber optic network. Get it all with one call, one bill, one low price. Innovation-minded, service-driven, and community-owned. Federated Telephone, proud to be powering Asira.
For all your appliance needs, see McGinnis Appliance in Morris. At McGinnis Appliance, they service and sell GE, Amana, and Maytag appliances to make your life easier. Stop by McGinnis Appliance, Main Street, Morris.
12:30 a.m., 107.7 FM, 8:13, 37 degrees under partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies here in Morris. Let's send it out to Big Cat Stadium with the halftime show.
All right, thank you, Jason. Back here, Mark Torgerson, Lyle Rambo at halftime. Tigers 28, Huskers of Holdingford 6. Other scores from around the area, Piers is up on Melrose 26-7, 14-7, I believe he said, Rockford over Minnewaska. And there was some games last night. Bold won over Maple Lake. Ortonville defeated CGB yesterday. Hancock had a big win Wednesday night over Wheaton. And those are some of the games that I have in front of me. And
Wheaton is 0-2?
Yep, and they've had two tough opponents.
And what? Remind me again, what did CGB do yesterday?
They lost to Ortonville after winning their home opener against Brandon Evans.
Right, and Ortonville apparently looks like they might have a pretty decent team this year.
Yeah, Sauk Center is up 7-0. I'm not sure who their opponent is tonight, but actually I do know Royalton, and that's a future Tiger opponent.
Yeah, that's somebody who we play coming up.
You know, next week the Tigers go to Long Prairie, and it's been quite a few years since we've been up to Long Prairie, and it'll be, the games, normally this is the last regular season game, MEA weekend, and It's usually the last Wednesday, and then you have playoffs, so it's kind of bizarre that this is week 2. So we know we're going to have much colder weather in weeks 4, 5, 6, and 7. We just hope we get them all in.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. And the Tigers do have some players quarantined tonight.
But generally that's going to be what you're getting into normally for playoff season anyhow. So and we've had some years where the weather's gone bad on us, and it's been tough to get all those playoff games in. But usually, I think with some little bit of fortunate luck, we should be able to get those ball games in.
Well, Lyle, I think anybody that could still grow grass long, if they knew the Tigers were coming to town, would grow that grass up about 16 inches high to try to slow the Tigers down, because we've seen last week where Kenny Soderberg had big, and last week Minnewaska shadowed Jackson in the first, and then we went to Kenny. Well, now Jackson was more open this week, and then they decided to double team him after how many catches did Jackson have in that first half?
Yeah, Jackson, we had him for 6 catches and 65 yards.
And he had one taken away from him, too.
Well, that's right. He had one taken away, plus three touchdowns. So that's a pretty good day. And Kenny Soderberg hasn't been completely quiet. He had 2 catches for 42 yards, so he's averaging 21 yards a catch. Kenny is a big play threat out there, and it's kind of surprising when Jackson did not as much last week, but they, Holdingford knew his reputation, and they've been trying to shadow him a little bit. But boy, Zach once again been on the money with some excellent pinpoint passing and really giving his receivers a chance to make a catch. And these guys are going up in some traffic to make some catches.
And Lyle, I'm going to have to confess that I did a poor job of my homework this week, and I'm going to have to go serve detention. But I didn't get a report from Coach Henrich on the cross country, so. Dale, if you're listening, just text it to me and stuff. I know the volleyball team had a tough loss last night. It went to a 5th one, and we actually
had at Melrose.
Yeah, we had a lead, and we lost right at the end, and I think it was just a 2 or 3 point loss in the 5th set. So the volleyball team had a tough one, and the girls' tennis team, Coach House and I had a chance to talk to assistant coach White all the time. They had a really good year.
Very nice year.
And a lot of girls playing tennis, and there was a lot of action on that tennis court south of the school
and I think the future is bright, too, because when I would read the scores, I would see that the JV team really was playing well. So,
the numbers.
One of the nicest years we've had in tennis. So, congratulations to Brittany House, who's living in my old house. So, I really appreciate that.
Yeah, and you know the fact that if you aren't aware, the basketball season is actually for the boys going to start November 23rd, which basically is the end of the football season that same week, and that's the week of Thanksgiving. But the girls' basketball season has been delayed because volleyball is going to run a lot later. So that's an adjustment that the high school league has made for now, and obviously a lot of things could change. And you know, there was a ninth grade football game here against Sisseton the other night, and Jake's team came out on top 14-12. And I know Coach Greenwald was out here and had an 8th grade game, and Coach Eckren is coaching some 7th grade football. Good to keep that AD busy all the time. And there's Coach Fangmeyer's out there too, and Bovey and all those guys helping with the junior high program. So there has been a lot of action in the football world now lately, and then the junior high volleyball and 9th grade volleyball and stuff is going on. Lyle's got some stats.
So for Holdingford in the first half, 17 rushes for only 35 yards, and that's a little misleading because the quarterback was sacked at least 4 times by my stats, and he lost 37 yards on those sacks. So the quarterback,
it takes away
Tate
some
Lang,
of
he
your
ended up with negative 25 yards rushing, and then number 33, Sam Harn, the big 210-pound fullback, he had 6 carries for 23 yards, and number 32 is Ryder Peterson, and he had 7 carries for 17 yards, and then number 22, that's Connor Patrick, who he had 3 carries for 18 yards. So Tigers did a nice job making defensive adjustments after Holdingford's first drive when they took it 68 yards for a TD and from the 9-minute and 20-second mark of the first quarter to 2:12, so over 7 minutes they had the ball, but we made those defensive adjustments. Passing-wise, Holdingford, the sacks are huge here because they were 4 for 6, but the sacks really, in the pros, the sacks come off the passing yardage, but in high school it comes off the rushing yardage.
Right.
So Tate Lang was 4 for 6 for 53 yards. Again, number 23, Will Ethan, the tight end, he made that miraculous catch on that double tip ball for a 3-yard gain and a first down. That actually set Holdingford's touchdown up.
Yep.
Number 32, Ryder Peterson had 1 catch for 17, and number 33, Sam Heron, he had 1 catch for 35. So that was a nice screenplay that they ran and set it up to try to get in scoring position, but the Tigers were able to thwart that drive. For the Tigers, rushing, 11 carries for 78 yards, 8 for 10 passing for 107 yards. So we had 185 yards offense in the first half, which is a good output, and only on 21 plays.
Well, misleading again because of the short field. We had
exactly.
Yeah, we had a 40-yard drive, a 44-yard drive, and a 27-yard drive, and a 65-yard drive. So all 4 touchdown drives, but 3 of them were 44 yards or less.
I know Coach Witt would always talk about that when we were working together about that short field. That makes such a huge difference. Durgan Decker, nice first half with 5 carries for 31 yards and some good tough running. Zach Bruns had 3 carries for 11, and then Tristan Rass, he busted loose on that option play when he took the ball up inside for 34-yard gain, so he had 3 carries for 36.
Wow, you missed 1 rush, and that's a 36-yarder of Brunsey for the touchdown.
Oh, golly, I got to put that on there. Thank you very much.
So that'll add to that total.
I got excited when they scored that touchdown. So that's 4 carries for 47 yards for Zach Bruns, and that means we had 114 yards in the first half rushing. 12 carries for 114 yards. So again, that's very efficient. That's running the ball well. We'll take 114 in the first half anytime. Bruns, once again, efficient passing, 8 of 10 for 107 yards, 3 touchdowns, all to Jackson Logie. 2 players catching the ball. Kenny Soderberg had 2 catches for 42, and Jackson Logie had 6 catches for 65 yards and 3 touchdowns.
And then Durgan had the 1 extra point catch that gave us 2 points. That I don't know where you put that in the stats, but it was a big 2-point conversion.
Oh, exactly. And the Tigers have used that 2 weeks in a row when you got Zach back there kicking.
Yep.
We snapped the ball to the holder, and then he pitches it back to Zach, and he can roll, and that was a very nice play, wide open. So again, Zach Bruns, if you add that extra point throw, he's 8 out of 11. 9 out of 11, and for 107 yards. So very, very efficient first half for the Tiger offense. We had 1 punt, and I think we had 4 touchdown drives. So of our 5 drives, 4 ended up in the end zone. Of course, we're not counting that last kneel down. So we actually had the ball 6 times, but 4 of those 6 drives were touchdowns.
10 first downs unofficially for the Tigers, 8 for Holdingford. Tigers and Holdingford each had 5 penalties each. 4 of the 5 were 5-yarders. Each team had 1 major. The Tigers had a 10-yard holding. Holdingford had a 15-yard unsportsmanlike personal foul. We're just about set for the second half kickoff. The Holdingford Huskers will be receiving. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. We'll be back here with the second half kickoff. Stay tuned for Tiger football on 1230 radio, KMRS, and 107.7 FM.
Looking for new windows? Then stop in at Hooters Lumber in Chicago. Thermaltech windows stand up extremely well in the harsh climate of our area. Thermaltech windows are maintenance-free, will not rust, corrode, warp, blister, swell, shrink, or peel. All Thermaltech windows have options that meet or exceed Energy Star's thermal performance standards. For Thermaltech windows, stop at Hooters Lumber in Chicago today. Call Riley Brothers Construction and Paving of Morris for all your construction projects, including dirt work, sand and gravel products, asphalt paving, and truck crane service. Call Riley Brothers Construction and Paving at 320-589-2500. Make your next McDonald's order a mobile one. Get the McDonald's app now. Order wherever you are, pick up whenever you're ready at curbside, drive-through, no lines, no waiting, no kidding. You've waited long enough to start your new building projects. Whether it's a remodel, a new home, garage, or ag building construction, the staff at Morris Lumber and Millwork can hit a home run with expert advice on project planning, free estimates, and will deliver your materials right to you. Whether it's windows, siding, new roofing, new deck, 3 or 4 season addition, a new home, garage, or pole barn, Morris Lumber and Millwork offers you prompt and courteous service at every phase of your project. Stop in today. Morris Lumber and Millwork, West Highway 28. Call 589-2331. Riverwood Bank in Morris has convenient lobby hours open 8:30 until 4 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thursdays till 6. Drive Up is open Monday through Friday from 8:30 until 6. Riverwood Bank, proud to be a supporter of our area athletes. Riverwood Bank, member FDIC.
This is Dr. Toby Perkins, Sports Medicine Director at Stevens Community Medical Center. We are proud to offer orthopedic services, radiology, physical therapy, and athletic training all under one roof. SCMC and NovaCare Rehabilitation, keeping you in the game.
12:30 a.m., 107.7 FM, 824, 37 degrees. Let's send it back to Big Cat Stadium.
Thank you very much. 14-6, Rockford over Minnewaska. I think I said 14-7, and then
Torg, I'd like, if I could for a second, I'd like to acknowledge the rest of the coaching staff for the Tigers. Kevin Pope mentioned before the game he's really got smart guys on the sideline really helping him out, and of course Dylan Viss running the offense. Tim Cannon, who's not here tonight because of a wedding out of town, Brady Rose, Jake Torgerson, Neil Hoffland, Joel Byron, Nate Copeland, Vinny Fontana, Brad Farron, Scott Gonerman, and of course our managers, Cade Farron, Kenny Perkins returning for his 27th consecutive year. Cade Wente is our manager. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, because we got 2 Cade Farrers. Cade Wente is our manager.
Cade Farrer's here tonight helping, by the way.
And that's fantastic. And then Coach Gonerman just told me that Brad Farrer is running the special teams tonight, and so having guys like that, as Coach Pope said, really makes a big difference. So we really like to put a shout out to our assistant coaches who are doing a great job for the Tigers.
Well, behind the scenes, Brad Farrer, when I get to school at 7:30 in the morning, I meet him every day. He's been in the weight room, and Jake and Coach Viss have been down there a lot too. But that's just a credit to dedicated volunteer coaches and parents that help out, and it makes a difference. The Tigers will kick off. We're at the 12-minute mark. We're ready to start the second half.
Bruns is going to kick this time.
28-6 Tiger lead. They scored 21 unanswered points in quarter 2.
23 and 22 are deep, so I'm trying to help you out there, Torg.
This kick will be picked up right at the 20 and return right, and there's some running room for the return man, and Brunsey will try to get him. He gets all the way out to midfield. I think Dylan Rose got him. Ball carrier that time was 22 again, Lyle, and he's had some good returns, and that's Connor Patrick all the way out to the midfield stripe. So great field position, 30-yard return for Patrick. Holdingford being down 21, that was an important kick return to get good field position. I'm sure that they're excited to try to dent into this lead here. Full house backfield to start the second half. Handoff inside. Gain of about 2 or 3. It's hard for them to be patient with this, Lyle, because the Tiger defense has been just enough to frustrate them. They're not getting that 4 or 5 yard gain. in this full house backfield. Gain of 2 on that play. So second down from the Tiger 48. Holdingford just underway here in the second half. They'll continue with the full house double tight. Tate Lang, the quarterback. Little cross-buck action into the secondary, and Rass stops him short of the first down. Rass was one of the players there. Somebody else also.
Decker cleaned up there.
Decker got him. It's third down and 3. Probably 4 down territory here if you're Coach Mitchell, even though it's early here. I mean, the one punt they had wasn't very long, and they faked another punt. So the 2 punt opportunities they've had. Back up, our guy. There we go. Third down and short. Inside handoff and going, I think, right to the first down mark. And they're going to mark it right at the 40 and give him the first down as the ball carrier. That was Haran, Lyle.
Haran that time.
Yeah. Exactly a 3-yard gain right on the 40, so that's where they had to get, and that'll be first
with these
down.
new turf fields, they never measure because they trust the stripes.
Yeah.
And
you start on a yard line. You
start on the 50.
Yep.
If you're on the 40, that's a first down. No sense bringing in the sticks.
They'll continue a little bit offset
right.
here. Handoff and getting.
Tigers say fumble.
Yeah.
And the Tigers have it.
Wow. It's just
Tristan Rass with the recovery.
Toby Gonerman always is the first to signal that fumble. Remember, he had the interception for the touchdown last week, but another turnover. That's 4 fumbles, 2 lost, 4 Holdingford. So the Tigers get the football. Opportunistic defense tonight again. Logie to the left. Soderberg right. 2 in the backfield. Rass, number 5, and Decker, number 6, and quarterback number 7, Bruns in the pistol. Turnover. Tigers start on their own 37. Inside handoff, no gain. That was the true option play to the right side. No gain for Rass.
You know, Holdingford made a nice adjustment there because really he didn't. Brunsey didn't want to give that ball, but he had nothing to the outside, so he had to give it up, and so it just ended up being a squash play. So Rass with no gain up on the inside on the fullback ride handoff.
And they have to go back to single coverage on Jackson. We'll see. The safety, I think, is going to have to maybe look on that slant, but Brunsey's been sharp on hitting that baby, and he is sneaking over towards Logie here. Back to pass, rolling, pass caught, Logie,
Nice.
First down midfield.
Running my favorite pattern again, the old post flag, caught him for a 12-yard gain to the outside. Jackson Logie with another catch and a beautiful throw by Brunsey.
Yeah, and last week I called him a left-handed Wilson, and he just looks so smooth out there and making decisions. We saw one play in the first half where he was ready to run, pulled it back and just floated a pass for Logie that got the first down. He wouldn't have got it if he would have kept running. At midfield, Tigers with 9.5 minutes left in the third quarter and a 28-6 lead have a first down.
Brewer in now on the power eye left for the Tigers. Kenny Soderberg getting a break here.
Gonerman, the tight end, left, so you got a lot of blocking here on the left side. But it's going to be a pitch to the short side, and Decker cuts back and gets 5, maybe 6. So they went away from the power, Lyle, and then the numbers were there, and Decker got 5 or 6 yards into Husker territory. They're going to mark it back to the 45, gain of 5.
Very nice play call. And as we said, we had our power eye set up left, but we ran the toss sweep to the right to the weak side of the formation and really got to the corner with ease. So that's a nice gain on first down.
Logie the ball is near the right hash. Logie's wide left. I think Kenny's in the slot here. Bruns out of the pistol. He's going to keep it. He gets around the corner, gets a first down inside the 35, about to the 31-yard line. He almost spun away from another would-be tackle. Got the first down on the spin.
Zach is so dangerous on that option play because he's really handling the ball well, deciding when to keep and when to pitch. And as you know, when he gets in the secondary, at that time he alluded he should have been knocked down at least 5 yards short of where he was with the spin, and he picks up the extra yardage besides. So really, really good to see Zach Bruns running that option play.
Well, he runs so strong too. He's not an easy guy to bring down. They'll go I backfield under center this time, and it's back to that power I formation. Here comes the counter.
Look out. Kenny Soderberg
30,
on the counter.
20, 10, 5, out of bounds. Kenny down to the 6,
now
inside counter.
That time we went with that counter play, and
they lined him up in the slot.
Right. Well, and he was sitting at that power back where Brewer usually plays.
You're right. And here comes Brewer now.
So we faked that toss sweep to the strong side, and then a little inside handoff to Kenny Soderberg.
There's the replay, Lyle. You can see the pulling people too. It was really good.
Nice blocking by the pulling right tackle there to make that play. That was Monty Fair coming across on the pulling tackle spot.
Now they're going power eye left on 1st and goal.
Brewers in the
Bruns
game.
just is going to ride him in, and he gets near the goal line, and they signal touchdown. 6 yards.
Power, Zach Bruns, 6-yard touchdown. What a nice drive to start the second half.
Yeah, that's following a fumble again, so points off turnover because Holdingford had a short field, had a first down, looked like they might have something going, and then they fumbled on 2nd down. And the Tigers now up 34-6. Extra point pending here. Snap, place, kick is short. It got partially blocked at the line. No good. So our score 34-6. Tigers leading this one in the early 3rd quarter. Stay tuned for more Tiger football on 1230 radio and 107.7 FM.
For all your construction projects, including dirt work, sand and gravel products, asphalt paving, and truck crane service, call Riley Brothers Construction and Paving at 320-589-2500. Midwest Health Benefits in Morris and Glenwood invite you to stop in and visit with them about your insurance needs. Whether you're currently insured or not, stop in, get your questions answered. Stop in and see Midwest Health Benefits downtown Morris and Glenwood, where service is their specialty.
DJN Electric is your local Hustler mower dealer. Stop in and check out the Hustler zero-turn mower. It has a heavy-duty welded steel deck, exclusive smooth track steering, and the power to turn your weekend to-do list into your weekend to-done list. See DJN Electric, your Hustler mower dealer in Morris.
It is 8:35. Let's send it back to Big Cat Stadium.
A bouncing kick, bobbled and now picked up about the 20, and the Tigers have people there, and down he goes at the 26, and I think that was Patrick again. Hunter Gibson giving Brunsey a break from the kicking chores, and Hunter kicked that one down to the 20, and only a 6-yard return. We're Holdingford now down 34-6.
Angel Gallegos, Torgy, on a nice hit on that tackle on the special teams.
You called him last week a couple times too.
Yeah, he does a nice job coming up the field on that special teams because he made a solo tackle there. He just flattened him right there at the spot.
Yeah, the defensive front, Fair, Oberg, Brewer, and then Bachman and Gonerman, those guys have had a really nice game. Holdingford out of the pistol, quarterback keeper, and the linebackers are right there to finish him off.
Jake Boots with a nice tackle there, and then he cleaned him up looked like it would be a game, but he really cleaned him up for 1 yard.
Good solid ankle tackle by Booty. Boots had one of the best, we lost the playoff game last year, but at New London, he had a solid football game on defense. 34-6 our score. 2nd down and 9. Holdingford at their own 27. Out of the pistol with receivers split, 2 left, 2 right, back to pass. Lang has some time. Incomplete, great coverage again.
And pass intended for number 14, Sean Dekite, and he paid for that because Decker came up and flattened him right after the ball went off his fingertips. So he paid for that attempt.
Wente in for Decker again on 3rd and long. You gotta like the way we have situational guys coming in too, Lyle, and they've been doing a great job. Labria's had a great game playing corner here too. 3rd down and long.
Dylan Rosen at the corner in the top end of the field now.
Yeah.
Here
Back to pass with some room, but it closes in a hurry in the fumble.
No,
and they're going to call him down.
And that's Gallegos again, Tork.
Yeah.
Number 69 with the sack.
67 might have been Lyle. It might have been Booty again.
Could have been, but I think yeah, you might right. That might have been in Booty, yeah.
We got the replay here too. You were right. It was 69 to initial tackle.
Angel Gallegos was in there. So
4th down in the punting situation here, I believe, for Holdingford. 13 yards to go here.
The Tiger pressure has been really, really good on any attempt that the Holdingford has to pass, and they're kind of a fish out of water. They want to run the ball, and so it's tough to work on all that pass protection during the week, too.
We got nobody back here. They're just going to let the punt go. And it'll get a straight up and bounce and get away from it, Labria, so it doesn't bounce and hit you.
25-yard punt, no return.
Tigers will get the ball at midfield, and really with a 34-6 lead here, Tigers are in control here and could make this a running time game again, which they've just, again, had a really good, solid game. Kind of similar to last week where it started close, or really, the game was getting a feel, and it was 7-6 after one. Tigers have had all the points since then. 21 points in the second quarter, and the only 6 points here in the third.
It really is similar to last week's game because Holdingford was running that ball nicely. We made some good defensive adjustments and really been able to shut them down since.
Brunswick hand off. Running back Labria gets about 4 down to the 46-yard line. So Ethan was in a few plays in the first half. That's the first time he's carried the ball.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to seeing Ethan carry the ball because we know that he's really a tough runner for his size, and he's a quick scat back, very speedy. And so it's interesting to see him in there, giving Decker a little bit of a break here.
Yeah.
So he's in the backfield now with Tristan Rass and Brunsey.
On second down, fumble, and that was a misexchange between Bruns and Labria, and I
covered by number 61.
I think
for
Bruns,
the Huskers.
I think Bruns thought Labria was going to take it, and Labria thought Brunsey was just going to ride him and pull the ball out. So Tigers have their first turnover.
Holdingford Huskers, Isaac Fowler with the recovery. That's always a big deal for the big D lineman, and he made a nice play on the ball there. But as you said, there was a little mix-up in the transition there with the football and the mesh point, and Tigers. And of course, again, Labria, that's really his first action here at running back. So I'm sure that's something that they want to work on.
Back to the full house backfield, inside handoff, and getting a nice gain on first down as a running back. About
Boots
6.
Again with a nice stick to end him right there at the linebacker, scraping over a 6-yard gain. Number 22 again.
And Patrick again. Patrick didn't start, but he certainly has had most of the carries here. Second down and 4. Inside Tiger territory, 5:20 left in the third quarter. Tigers 34, Huskers 6. Holdingford, predominantly a football power, has 9 seniors on this squad, not a lot of juniors. Fullback handoff, first down to the 44-yard line in Tiger territory, their 10th.
Cyril Fia, F-E-Y-A is Fia. F-E-I-A, Fia with the carry.
Jackson Logie comes out. He was in at D end a little bit there. Clock at 5 minutes and running. Holdingford breaks huddle. They almost have to score on this drive, Lyle, to have any chance here.
Third quarter count down, 4:52 and counting. Tigers up 34-6. Second man
quarterback,
through.
Second man through, and the Tigers are all over it. You got to give credit because the penetration, both week 1 and week 2, the Tiger adjustments, and you mentioned the 6-man line.
And that was Boots again there with the first contact, and then everybody followed in. So another nice hit by Boots to make that stop there. Gain of 1.
Well, and those guys up front, Oberg and Brewer and all those other guys too, they've been doing a heck of a job. Klein Walter Inc. in there now too, so they're getting some fresh people in there. Handoff, short gain down to the 40. He'll bring up 3rd and 6, maybe 3rd and 7. I think that was
32 on
Peterson that time, Lyle.
Peterson, yep. And gain of 2. We got a 3rd and 7 here.
Yeah, just outside the 40. They need to get to the 34, and they'll go pistol this time.
Riley Reimer's now in there at safety for Brunsey. And Tigers are making some D switches here. That's good to see these guys getting some playing time.
Lang Has some time, pass caught, but short of the first down.
Labria
Immediate
once
tackle.
again came up with a solid stick. He gained, there was no yak yardage there at all. Number 14 on the catch for Holdingford.
Diak. So it's fourth down. They will certainly go for it here. They need to get to the 34. It's at the 30. Oops, roughing the passer, Lyle. I didn't see it. So we got a 15-yard additional penalty on the Tigers. So that'll be a first down without having to go for it. I did not see it. Maybe we'll get
the Tigers' pass rush has been so good tonight, and sometimes it's hard to pull off the sticks there. But I didn't see who that was on, but that's going to give Holdingford a big first down here.
Yeah, not something you want to do because it would have been fourth down. It's still a football game here because it's only the third quarter.
Spread formation here. It'll be motion. You can bet on it.
34-6, the Tigers lead. Holdingford quarterback. First man missed him, but that was Angel again. But then he had help for just a short gain down to the 21. Gain of a yard.
Came in and cleaned that up, along with Will Brewer. They like to fake that jet sweep motion, and the quarterback's going to keep it. But no gain. The Tigers have made a good adjustment at taking that away because early in the game they did get outside one time by giving that jet sweep. And now the Tigers have kind of taken that away, so the quarterback's trying to keep it go inside. But, again, the Tigers mopped that up.
And the speed of the Tigers on both sides has been evident through week 2 here. Blitz coming.
Uh-oh, Booty's in there all alone.
Booty's had a quarter here, hasn't he, Lyle?
We've been calling his number here back, play after play. That's a loss.
Back to the 30, and it'll bring up third and long here.
Yeah, that's a 10-yard loss on that sack. Booty, he's disguised it. He came late right through the A gap, put the quarterback down.
Almost 20 to go here on third down. 2 minutes left in the third quarter.
Yeah, I've got Lang for 6, being sacked 6 times tonight. And those are all tackles for loss. And there's been some, like this one's 10 yards. That's big yardage lost.
Protection there this time. Pass to the outside. In and out of the hands. Good coverage by Labria.
Labria, they're trying to get after him, but he has been tougher than nails out here on this corner.
Near the first down sticks. The ball would have maybe been close to the first down, but he knocked her down.
The receiver tried to give him a stiff arm to kind of hold him off so he could make the jump for the ball. But, again, Labria was just tough and hanging in there. So Ethan with a nice defensive play, and he's been tough in that corner all night long.
I'd say he's had 4 knockdowns tonight from the corner.
It's amazing that, obviously they're going his way a lot. And he's really a good cornerback out there playing tough football.
Player of the game T-shirts to be named as well, and start thinking about that. 4th down and 19. Pass rush there. Quarterback's going to run, and he won't get to the first down. He'll gain positive yards, but the Tigers will take over on downs.
Angel again on the tackle as the quarterback is trying to go upfield. He's going to get 7 yards on the play, but it's going to be too little too late. First down Tigers.
When he's went back there, he really has not had time to even look a second time downfield. And when he's had to scramble and run, the Tigers have come up and really done a nice job tackling. Bruns in the offense back on the field with 1:36 to go after taking over on downs, the Tiger offense on their own 22. 3 receivers right in a tight formation. Logie left. Bruns.
Once again, Holdingford, now they're going to commit a second man out to Logie.
And it's option left, and Bruns has some running room because of that man moving out, and he'll get out to the 31. I think he fumbled again, Lyle. Right at the end, he was going for second and third, and Holdingford will get the football right back. That time, Zach just tried to stretch it out a little too much, and that extra yard.
Yeah, that's too bad he had to fumble there because that was very interesting because right before the snap, a player from the defensive right moved out to double-team Logie, and then Zach just took the ball that direction. So great play calling by the Tigers, and the coaches are catching that. And as you know, we're running this no-huddle offense. We're getting signals from the sideline, but of course, Zach fumbled, so I know nobody's more disappointed about that than Zach himself.
So right back at it is the Holdingford Husker offense from the Tiger 32. Handoff wide. We got a hold. Lyle Gonnerman that time. He's done it all night. He just really...
Riley Reimers came up from that safety position, too, and really put his shoulder on that ball carrier. So that one's going to be wiped out by the holding call, though.
Yeah, Toby didn't get the tackle, but he caused the man to hold him, and he also made the play to cut him inside where then Reimers and the rest of them, and the Tigers will take this.
10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Crew has certainly called a lot more penalties, but some have been obvious, and that one was.
5-yard holding? No, that's going to be that's from the point of the foul, so that's going to be a big one. 10-yard penalty, and the hold was behind the line of scrimmage.
Sammy Kine-Wolterink comes out, gets a breather.
Man, that's a 15-yarder toward the time the penalty was on the.
Yeah, from the spot of the foul, it was a big one. Back to pass.
Look out. Oh, boy.
And that would look like a hook and ladder coming, Lyle, but the hook didn't make it because the Tigers had good coverage. Labria boots right there.
They had nobody protecting on Toby Gotterman coming off that right defensive end, and he gave the quarterback a wallop right when he threw the ball. So incomplete pass.
2nd and 22, ball on the 44. We're in the third quarter. It's 34-6. Morris area, Chicago, Alberta.
Toby's going to get a break, and our man number 88, Flynn McNally, is going to come in and take his spot. At that defensive end spot. Man, the defensive pressure on the quarterback tonight has been tremendous on the Tigers' favor. The Lions, and we're using some blitzes and really, really making it tough for Tate Lang to operate back there.
Lang from the midfield, quick slant, ball caught, 3-man right there, folding him back after a gain of about 10 to the 34. It'll still bring up third down, and in the last minute here.
Big tight end Will Ethan on the catch there, and he took a wallop to make that play. So a very good play by the receiver because he got hit hard by 2 and 3 Tiger defenders right after the catch.
3rd and about 12 to go here at the Tiger 34. They need to get down to the 22-yard line, Lyle. It's probably the last play of the quarter unless it's incomplete here. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Ball near the right hash, in motion from left to right is the slot man. He goes forward, quarterback rollout, throw, incomplete, 4th down. So we will still stop the clock, 22.3 seconds left. It'll be 4th down for Holdingford. Tiger defense trying to hold again.
That pass was right on the money by Tate Lang.
Yeah, he just dropped the ball.
And it was right there, perfect throw. It just didn't make the catch, so that's going to hurt the Huskers. And now they're in a 4th and 12 instead of what had probably been about a 4th and 4.
Right. Tiger defense gave up that first score. 22.3 seconds left in this third quarter.
Rose and Labrie at corners, and Reimers and Durgan Decker at the safety spot now.
Tigers just want to knock this one down on the
Here
pass.
comes the blitz again.
And down he goes.
Brady
Monty
Bachman
Fair,
there.
Bachman probably gets most of that grocery bag sack. And the Tigers will take over on downs. One play here before the end of the quarter.
Man, Tate Lang he's been
hit
hanging
a lot.
tough, and he's been having a tough night here because of the Tiger defensive pressure. Another 7-yard loss. I've got the Tigers for 7 sacks, and that's totally unofficial, but that's a lot of times for the quarterback getting knocked down.
3 receivers right on the Tiger offensive side. Bruns near the left hash, calling out the play. He's got Decker in the backfield with him. Now looking over to Coach Viss after they see the formation. A little bit of a low handoff and not much doing on that one. Bruns got tackled. Decker got tackled. No gain. Maybe a loss of 1. And that will do it for the third quarter. The Tigers score the only points of the quarter, lead 34-6, going into quarter number 4. Stay tuned for more Tiger football on 1230 radio and 107.7 FM.
Daily Electric Incorporated of Morris. Pat Daly, owner, offers great electrical service for farm, commercial, or residential. Whether it's new construction or repair, give Pat a call for free estimates and timely expert work. Call Daily Electric, 320-589-7191. Daily Electric Incorporated of Morris.
Are you looking to brighten the walls in your home? In their paint department, see the Match Right Color Computer. Bring in your wallpaper border or any other item, and they'll create that exact color for your painting project with quality Ace Royal paints. For all your hardware needs, shop Ace Hardware, downtown Morris.
Jim Riley & Sons Construction is the place to call for all your excavating needs, large or small. They do it all. Plus, Jim Riley & Sons Construction is your place to go for top quality dirt, sand, and gravel. Clean up your site with the help of Jim Riley & Sons Construction. Call 589-2120 today.
Thrivent Financial is proud to support the Morris Area Tigers. At Thrivent Financial, we believe money is a tool, not a goal. For more than 100 years, we've helped our members be stewards of the gift God has given them. No matter your life situation, we can work with you to help you make wise money decisions. Call 320-589-1731.
12:30 a.m. 107.7 FM 852. Let's send it back to to Mark and Lyle. So you.
Most of the time, I work with Brett.
No problem. Brunsey back to pass, throws it deep. Good coverage, and the ball drops incomplete. Kind of a jump ball situation, and good defense that time.
Once again, the ball perfectly thrown, but this time the Husker defender was right there. Beautiful coverage. We went up deep up the sideline to Kenny, so to stay with Kenny right up the sideline like that, good coverage by, and that's 22, our running back, right? That's Connor Patrick out there.
Yeah, 3rd and 11, Tigers on their own 38. Early fourth quarter here. They'll go under center this time, I backfield. Logie is wide right. Now they're going to put a second man over there after the Tigers audible. Back to pass. Oh boy. He still got it to Kenny. Could have been Gonerman, but Kenny catches it 30 inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. He had Gonerman uncovered on the left side, but he still hit Soderberg, and that's something they'll look on the film, but they adjusted to put 2 men on Logie and forgot about Gonerman, but he still got the ball to Kenny for a big gain.
45-yard catch, but Toby Gonerman popped up from that tight end. He was wide open, and Brun saw Soderberg on that slant over the middle, and, he's dangerous. That's a 45-yard catch for Kenny Soderman.
Yeah. Power eye left, Brewer in there now for Soderberg. Logie wide right, one-on-one. 11:18, clock running. Tigers inside handoff. Rass. He's had some openings, and he gets that one down to the 13 for a nice gain of 5.
Hard runner up there, and, of course, Tristan doesn't get a lot of chances, but the thing I like about him is his leadership and the way he's working hard out there, and he's really a solid, positive player.
And we got an injury for Holdingford on the field, and somebody looks to be in pain down there. So an injury timeout on the field. We'll also take a break. You're listening to Tiger Football. Stay tuned for fourth quarter action on 1230 Radio and 107.7 FM.
Federated Telephone Cooperative provides state-of-the-art phone, cable TV, and high-speed internet to West Central Minnesota over their fiber optic network. Get it all with one call, one bill, one low price. Innovation-minded, service-driven, and community-owned, Federated Telephone, proud to be powering Asira.
For all your appliance needs, see McGinnis Appliance in Morris. At McGinnis Appliance, they service and sell GE, Amana, and Maytag appliances to make your life easier. Stop by McGinnis Appliance, Main Street, Morris. Make your next McDonald's order a mobile one. Get the McDonald's app now. Order wherever you are, pick up whenever you're ready at curbside, drive-through, no lines, no waiting, no kidding. Riverwood Bank in Morris has convenient lobby hours open 8:30 until 4 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, Thursdays till 6. Drive Up is open Monday through Friday from 8:30 until 6. Riverwood Bank, proud to be a supporter of our area athletes. Riverwood Bank, member FDIC.
12:30 a.m. 107.7 FM 855. Let's send it back to Big Cat Stadium.
Thank you, Jason. The Holdingford player is still on the ground, and he's moving and stuff, just a little bit of pain. It looks like, I'm not going to speculate on what kind of injury it is. 11:02 left in the football game.
But, that last play was quite interesting because, watching what they're trying to do with Jackson, he's been just he's been a real big problem for the Huskers tonight. So what they're doing with Logie, and, of course, Kenny lined up on the same side as Jackson, and he, instead of going to the outside, he came back to the inside in that deep slant. But to see Gonerman popping out on that left side, but Zach had looked right at his two main receivers there, and Gonerman was wide open going up the sideline. So instead, Kenny Soderberg made the catch, and what did Gonerman do? He got his butt upfield to try to get another block for him. So that was a very, very nice play, and of course, Zach will see that on film. And the one thing that's happening tonight is that we're getting a lot more guys contributing to the offense. And, we're showing that the Tigers have a lot of weapons. And it's going to be tough. I really like what I'm seeing here because there's a lot of people to go to on this team.
And the player still being attended to on the field. And he's moving around and stuff. It's just, I don't know if it's hip or something. Definitely got caught about the spot of where the play was. I mean, in the pile there. Our player of the game sponsors KMRS, KKOK, Prairie Ridge Hospital and Health, NovaCare Rehabilitation, and West Central Screen and Print. We'll pick out one or two players for that player of the game T-shirts, and Lyle and I are certainly going to have our hands full with all the contributions. But last week's players, co-players, Bruns and Soderberg, have had good games again here tonight. Jackson Logie's caught 3 touchdowns, but I know we're going to pick somebody out on the defensive side because they've played very well. And
Torg, that's the beauty of football is that you need so many people to contribute to have a successful season. And obviously, you got 11 players starting on offense, 11 players starting on defense, and a lot of times the guys are playing both ways. But then you got a lot of extra people on special teams, and if those guys don't contribute in a positive manner, you're not going to win many ball games. And we like what we're seeing out of the Tigers this year. We got a lot of good players all over the football field and contributing in different ways. So that's the beauty of football. I think it's the ultimate team game. You just have to have a lot of guys playing well in order to win.
I think the ambulance is going to come out onto the Big Cat here. We always have the Stevens County ambulance here, and it's they're going to drive right out on the turf here, and they'll tend to the Holdingford player. So we'll take one more injury timeout. We'll take one more 2-minute break. Jason will be back with more action here. The Tigers have a second down at the Holdingford 16, but we got to stop in the action. Stay tuned for more football on 1230 Radio and 107.7 FM.
Your number one Tigers fan, Auto Owners Insurance, and the Rents Agency is a winning combination. We'll work with you to ensure your home, auto, business, and life, and keep everything you value safe, sound, secure. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Call the Rents Agency in Morris today, 320-589-2442. Morris Electronics offers great sales and service on computers, printers, accessories, and networks. Morris Electronics offers in-shop service, or they can bring their service shop to you. Stop in and visit with their professional, friendly staff at Morris Electronics, downtown Morris. For all your banking needs, see the professionals at Bremer Bank in Morris. Checking accounts, loans, certificates of deposit, and savings accounts. Full-service hometown banking is what you'll find when you bank at Bremer Bank in Morris. Equal opportunity lender, member FDIC. We know how hectic your schedule can be, and Pizza Ranch is here for a quick on-the-go option or let's sit down and visit kind of meal. Whether you have kids here, set them up right with some down-home comfort food. We got all the goodies. Pizza Ranch Morris, proud sponsor of area athletics. Give us a call today, 589-2102. Stop by John's Total Entertainment, downtown Morris. John specializes in buying, selling, and trading new and used DVDs, video games, and trading cards. John's also has a large selection of collectible card games, RPGs, and games. So whether you're looking for an afternoon of fun, an evening's entertainment, or a lifetime hobby, you'll find what you're looking for at John's Total Entertainment. John's is open 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. Monday through Wednesday, 10 to 8 Thursday through Saturday, and noon to 5 on Sunday. John's also carries hundreds of books and does special orders weekly. The Morris Co-op and Cenex South has everything you need to keep you going, whether it's gas for your vehicle or snacks to keep you going with a quick bite in their deli, hot dogs, brats, soup of the day, and now offering Wisconsin meat sticks and cheese products, along with a quick fill at the pumps. At Morris Co-op, their auto shop has you covered with oil changes, auto repairs, and tires. Stop in today at the Morris Co-op and Cenex South.
12:30 a.m., 107.7 FM, 9:01. Let's send it back to Big Cat Stadium.
All right, they have the injured Holdingford player on the board, and the ambulance is attending to him, and the Holdingford coaches and perhaps a trainer and maybe a father out there as well.
That's really nice to see. You got both teams with their helmets off on their knees, every player on the sideline, every player that's on the field, and these kids, they want to play hard. They don't want to see anybody get hurt, and that respect for teammates from both sides is really important to see in the game of football.
Yeah, and again, the situation is early fourth quarter here. Tigers with a 34-6 lead, and they zoomed in on the stream here, Lyle, on the player, but we couldn't quite get the jersey number, so might get a chance to see who it is here. And you got to believe that this will be the last drive for the Tiger starters with just 11 minutes left, but they have a 2nd down and 6 at the Holdingford 13, and they'd like to score one more time here. More importantly, right now, I want to get this young man the attention that he needs. Next week, the Tigers go to Long Prairie, first road game. 7 o'clock start from Long Prairie. I remember all the years I've gone up there, and it's been quite a few now, but they got that stadium was probably new, Lyle, in maybe in the 90s.
Yeah.
Late 90s, maybe. Brand new football stadium up there with a track around it, but no turf.
Another thing, too, Tori, you go back to when we started way back in the late 70s and early 80s, and you didn't even have a trainer with you on the sideline, you know. And, people have understood that, and now, the Stevens County Ambulance is here, and these guys are.
And we have Mary Belmore every game, every practice.
And all those last few years that I coached, when Mary was around, you just felt more confident as a coach, and you knew you could deal with all the players. And if somebody was hurt, they were going to get the right attention. So we really appreciate all that help from Mary and the other trainers that have helped us out all the years. So it's really, it's a big difference in coaching, and it's a huge thing because. You can't really do both. You can't be dealing with your team and also dealing with an injured player, and some of these things happen, so we just have to make sure that we're taking care of it. So again, hats off to our trainers and to our Stevens County.
Pierce 45, Melrose 14. Sauk Center beats Royalton tonight 13-0.
That's an interesting score, of course, because Sauk Center, Royalton is a future opponent that I don't know if we played Royalton before.
No, it's been, I don't know.
And last week, Sauk Center got beat by Holdingford 30-6. So
right.
That's an interesting score. So we'll see what happens there, but you never know until you play the games. And they're getting the young injured man on the. We still haven't caught his number, and they've got him on the board and on the cart now, and they're going to roll him towards the back of the ambulance here, take him off the field. So, and 11:02 here remaining in the fourth quarter. Tigers up 34-6 over Holdingford, and the ambulance now they're busy taking the cart to the ambulance now and getting that ball player into the ambulance. Of course, they're going to take as much precautions as they can. Obviously, they're going to be very, very careful, making sure that they handle everything properly here with the young injured gentleman. So.
Yeah, no, not sure from the press box who that player was, but maybe a lineman. And again, he was moving around and stuff. It's just they're being precautious about any kind of serious injury. So we've had quite a delay here. 2nd down, 6 yards to go. Tigers have the ball. The Tigers have turned the ball over twice on fumbles, and so both teams now have 2 turnovers tonight. The Tigers and Holdingford, I got 14 first downs for Morris Area, Chicago, Alberta, and 11 for Holdingford. And again, Lyle and I talked about the short fields that we've seen for the Tigers, and the defense has had an outstanding game. And
the Tigers, of course, have had another night of explosive plays. We've had some very big plays, and that's something that we talked about in our pregame keys that Holdingford would have to make sure and slow that down. And the Tigers have. Again, a lot of weapons on offense, a lot of things to look after, and a good speed. So we really like what we're seeing out of this Tiger offense and the overall Tiger team play the first 2 games. So you said Long Prairie now. How long you were talking about their new facility?
Well, we used to play in the old where we had the Crow's Nest, the old baseball, softball right by but they built that other field on the edge of town, Lyle. You remember? And then we used to go there every year because they were in our conference. Back when there was conference football. 2nd ambulance actually is here in case something else would happen, and the 1st ambulance is just driving off of Big Cat, so we'll be back to the action here soon. Thanks to all our sponsors of Tiger football again tonight, and Jason does a great job getting those people the recognition they deserve for sponsoring Tiger football. And again, we've had quite a delay here, and and the Tigers are in control of this one, leading 34-6 and threatening to score more here. It could be a running time fourth quarter again. Ambulance is just approaching the runway of PE Center, and then they'll be taking him up to the Stevens Community Medical Center for attention, and after probably a 15-minute delay here.
So if we go up to Long Prairie next week, it's not going to be like the good old days. We're not going to have to sit up on the top of the roof outside.
No,
Okay.
no, and I've sat in that crow's nest too.
Okay. The referees have talked to the coaches. We just got word from Coach Gottman that the rest of the game is going to be running time. So
that's an agreement. Yeah.
So that's probably a good move here, because we talked with the Coach Luke Mitchell had said before the game that he was going to be using a lot of guys both ways. Their numbers are not quite so deep. So
yeah, they've had two players hurt tonight. Dylan Rose, number 12, in at a wide out here.
Riley Reimer's also out wide, so we got Rose and Reimer split wide to right in the slot. Decker's in the backfield with Tristan Rass, and Zach runs at QB, under center and I backs.
Yeah, no Logie or no Soderberg right now. 2nd down and 6. Decker with the pitch, getting to the outside, inside the 10, inside the 5, and inside the pylon for the touchdown.
That time the Tigers lined up in a slot right. I-backs was slot right, and they tossed that ball out to the slot side. And both of our slots that were talked about, Dylan Rose and Riley Reimers, getting nice blocks out there to lead the way. And Decker with a nice run, a little fake inside, and he took the outside in for that touchdown.
And again, I think the clock is stopped because of the score, but I think we're going to have running time. Here's the extra point kick, and that one is good. So now officially a 35-point lead with 10:26 to go. We'll take another timeout. Stay tuned for more Tiger football. Tigers lead 41-6 on 1230 radio and 107.7 FM.
This is Dr. Toby Perkins, Sports Medicine Director at Stevens Community Medical Center. We are proud to offer orthopedic services, radiology, physical therapy, and athletic training all under one roof. SCMC and NovaCare Rehabilitation, keeping you in the game.
Ag Country Farm Credit Services in Morris provides credit and financial services to farmers, ranchers, and agribusinesses of all sizes and income ranges. They understand agriculture finance and work hard to deliver solutions that help customers manage risk, prepare for opportunities, and meet their financial goals. It's 9:09. Let's send it back to Lyle and Mark.
All right, thank you. We had quite a delay with the injury situation, but the Tigers now
have a 35-point lead, and we should see probably running time the rest of the way, and we'll see a second group of Tiger defensive people out there.
Gibson in to do the kicking here.
Again, caught about the 25, across the 30, cutting and finding some running room as the ball carrier almost out to the midfield stripe. Holdingford's had some good kick returns.
Gibson made the tackle.
Normally it's been Patrick, and
the kicker made the tackle, so that's a nice job.
Out to the 48, and the Tigers will have a complete second unit defensively out there, and it's time for us to recognize some names out there.
Flynn McNally's in at a defensive end, and
Tyler Berlinger will be at left corner. Coach Pope, I think, is going to use a timeout because we don't have enough players out there.
Jacob Ehrenholtz in on the inside.
Comes Kyle Fair and Carter Gibson, both sophomores. So it's
Brendan Hardy at a defensive end.
We'll keep it here with the timeout so we can get some more players in this football game.
Carter Gibson now in there at a defensive lineman.
Brett Hansen will be in there at a D-back for the Tigers. Zach Butterfield, number 4, I think will be in there as well. Else he might just be standing here in the huddle. So starters night is probably over, and you got to believe that Holdingford's had quite a football program, and to lead 41-6 and the score of last week is certainly going to draw a lot of attention to the Tigers. And just 2 games in.
Ethan Spearin at linebacker.
On offense here, Holdingford crosses the midfield stripe and gets about 5 or 6. Ball carrier is number 32 that time. I think that's Peterson, Lyle.
Yep.
2nd down and 4. More Tigers up front there. Handoff right side, first down, and inside the Tiger 40 is the ball carrier. More substitutions coming in.
9-yard gain and a first down.
Carter Gibson comes out. Also have number 76, Arnholtz, is in that one of the tackles. Little mix-up in the backfield and tackled almost for a loss, and then the Tigers come with pursuit, and down he goes at the
Flynn
40.
McNally had him. He got away from him, and then Brendan Hardy came across and got a hold of him, and he got some help to finish off the play. So that's a loss of 1.
Ethan Spear, 55, in at linebacker.
So that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 12 from the Tiger 40. 8:16 remaining running time now. Tigers 41, Huskers 6. Holdingford Huskers 6.
Rose and Hanson, the two safeties in there. Isolation play down to the 35 will bring up 3rd and about 7 for the Holdingford Huskers with 8 minutes to go.
Nice solo tackle there by the Tigers, number 76, Jacob Arnholtz.
Caden Rose is going to come in now for Dylan at that left, or one of the defensive back spots. 3rd down and 7 to go. 7:40 left in the football game. Full house backfield for the Huskers. Inside handoff, first down to the 24-yard line for Holdingford. Backup quarterback is in there for Holdingford. Actually, that's still Lang in there, I think, Lyle.
Yeah, and Connor Pack, they still got their regular offensive line in there.
And they're where they don't have a lot of depth. He said we're going to play about 15 players. A little over 7 minutes to go. First down, Holdingford at the Tiger 24. Fullback carry gets down to the 20. Host to Tigers on the tackle. Continue to bring in fresh people and give everybody a little chance to play. Here comes Taylor Athey in the ball game.
Kyle Fair's in there at a defensive tackle right now. And there's a nice hit.
Good job of just shooting the gap that time and getting a piece of him. That was number 76, I believe, Lyle.
76 for the Tigers. Jacob Arnholtz again.
Yeah.
Gain of 2.
3rd down and 5. Ball at the 19. Holdingford trying to get one more score on the board. Just a little over 6 minutes left in the football game. Minnewaska scored their only touchdown late in last week's game. It was 7-6 in this one. Quarterback keeps it, gets to the outside, makes a couple people miss, and rugby scrum all the way down to the 8. Determined run that time. I think they've matched the Tigers in first downs now, Lyle, on this drive because they've got 4 first downs.
Tate Lang, the quarterback, he's really putting on impressive effort tonight because there's been a lot of times he hasn't had a lot of help. He's taken a lot of sacks, but he's still out there making a solid effort. Nice run, taking the pile with him.
And I think the injuries have been to 2 people up front. So they're pretty thin up front. Handoff and into the end zone is the ball carrier for the touchdown for Holdingford.
Ryder Peterson with the what was that, an 9-yard touchdown run. Tyler Peterson
at the 5:21 mark. The one thing I understand running time, Lyle, but I don't understand why they don't just keep it running even during the extra points and kicks.
Yeah.
Just keep it going.
2-point conversion attempt. Yep. Power left.
Getting the 2-point conversion is the ball carrier. That'll break it up to 41-14.
2-point conversion by number 32, Ryder Peterson. So 41-14 Tigers. There's 5:21 left on the clock. Fourth quarter here at Big Cat Stadium. Again, we didn't mention much about the stadium, but it sure is beautiful stadium with all the new turf down again, Torg. You know, the one thing that we talked about too is that you have the boxes that the players have to stand in. Are the college rules different than high school rules? Because the Holdingford team has been crossing beyond the 25 outside of those marked boxes.
No, they're supposed to be in there. And I think both times that they were down there was during injuries, and I think the officials should have made them go back.
The thing that makes it so obvious with the new field
is the color.
And we have white space marked 3 yards wide between the 25s, and it's very clear where the players can be, and they're not supposed to be in there. And then there's black space behind that the players can be in.
And Lyle, I don't like the chain crew on this side of the field. For the clock keepers and everybody, it's really difficult to see. So I don't know who made that rule, but they should change it back.
Yeah.
So they're always away from the press box, and maybe it's a COVID thing with the mask being on the home sideline. Here's an onside kick, and the Tigers have an up front man heads up to come and get that football and recover it.
Who made that
really
recovery?
Smart play that time.
Caden Rose with a nice play, number 9. Sophomore wide receiver D-back made that recovery for the Tigers.
I think you'll see Drew Stork at quarterback here for the Tigers as they have the ball at the 43. Running time now, under 5 minutes to go. It is Drew Stark, the sophomore quarterback. Not sure if the JV's had a game yet. Freshmen have played once. We'll try to get some more numbers for you. Little confusion on the
Tyler
formation.
Berger's wide right.
We got to call a timeout because we don't know what we're.
Max Leitz would be wide left. That's our 2 wide receivers. Trying to get these backs in the back.
We'll take a break. We got a timeout on the field. Stay tuned for more Tiger football on 1230 Radio on
107.7 FM.
Stop in for spooktacular deals all month long at UPetcha in Morris. Toys, treats, food, and more. Come, stay, shop. 624 Atlantic Avenue in Morris. See you soon.
And Country Farm Credit Services in Morris provides credit and financial services to farmers, ranchers, and agribusinesses of all sizes and income ranges. They understand agricultural finance and work hard to deliver solutions that help customers manage risk, prepare for opportunities, and meet their financial goals. Let's send it back to Big Cat Stadium.
Thank you, Jason. Out of the timeout, Tigers get organized.
Stork's the quarterback. Caden Rose is in the backfield, and I'm trying to see who that other running back is back there.
Missed handoff, fumble. I think, did Holdingford get it, Lyle? Yeah.
Yep, fumble.
So bad snap. You got the reserve people in there in the shotgun snap. Again, I don't think those people have played a game. Unfortunately, they're not going to get a chance to run any more plays. And, of course, on the change of possession, the clock stops again. So, again, what is running time?
Yeah. Well, like I told you last week, I think all these kids are in the ball game. They want to play, so I'm not a
wish we could have seen them play offense.
I'm not a big fan of running time because these kids are working hard, and on both sides they got second unit in there now, and so it's nice to see guys getting in there and get an opportunity to play.
Tigers get their 11th one on the field, so Holdingford at the Tiger 41 back on offense. Running back gets about 4. And again, you look at their roster, Lyle, and you see hardly any juniors. A lot of 9th graders dressed tonight, so there's not very many 10th and 9th graders. So their numbers, they have their starters basically in yet.
Yep.
With under 3:30 to go, but they don't have a lot of depth, and you don't probably put freshmen out there right now. Handoff, Tigers get a nice job.
Flynn McNally caught him in the backfield there. Ball carrier was number 24 for Holdingford. That's Cyril Fia.
Hope to have a Tiger coach or player up here after the game to interview again, both on the radio and in the stream, and we'll name our player of the game. We'll try to wind our post game and be a little shorter with the fact that we've had plenty of break time to talk about all the scores scoring plays tonight. 2:50 to go, pitch to the right, a hold not called, and he still got the tackle. Heck of a play there.
Brendan Hardy.
Yeah, that's a heck
He was
of a
getting held, and he still reached out and made the tackle.
That would have been a penalty
for
9 out of 10
for a
times.
loss of 3.
Yeah, that would have been a penalty 9 out of 10 times, but not this late in the game, 41-14. And what a play by Brendan.
That brings up a 4th and 7 for the Huskers with 2:21 and clock is now running.
So we might get the ball back on offense here. Ball on the right hash, handoff.
Fumble. Knocked loose by Flynn McNally, recovered by Caden Burns. Caden Burns with a nice recovery. McNally knocked it loose, and Caden Burns came in and recovered that.
So that's 3 fumbles lost for both teams.
Man.
And Caden, that was good to see. And the Tiger offense, hopefully we'll get a clean snap here and get a chance to run a couple plays here before the clock winds down. 2:06 left in the football game. Tigers are going to go to 2-0, Holdingford to 1-1.
Tigers will start on their own 42-yard line here with 2:05 and running.
Out of the pistol is Stork. Good snap this time, handoff. Positive yards for the ball carry out to the 45-yard line, about a 3-yard gain.
Hunter Gibson carrying the ball, wearing number 59.
Gotta love that.
So he's in the backfield right now, and I guess there's nothing wrong with that as long as you don't send him downfield on a pass play.
Tice Anderson in to the ball game.
Gain of 3.
Number 1. I also see Brock Marty, Hunter Gibson up front. Hunter was up front. Now he's back in the backfield for that last play. Minute 30 to go. 2nd down. No gain for the ball carrier that time. That's Lewis Knoll.
Lewis Knoll taking the handoff off the left side, gobbled up by the Huskers.
Lewis is a sophomore. 1 or 2 more plays here. It's 3rd down. The Tigers need to get about 7 here. But there probably should just be 1 or 2 more plays here. Be under a minute when the Tigers break huddle here. Tice Anderson is wide right, and under center Stork, handoff, ball carrier to the midfield, and it'll bring up 4th and maybe a yard to go.
Lewis Knoll with a nice gain there, picking up 6 on that 3rd down play. 4th
Tigers,
down and 1, 35 seconds in running.
Yeah. They'll try to get 1 more play off here, I think, because the play clock and the game clock and the play clock about simultaneously at about 24 right now, 22. Chance to get a 1st down for the Tiger 2nd unit here with 10 seconds to go. Handoff and driving probably just short, but I think they're just going to let the clock run out here, huh?
Caden rolls with the carry, pick up a 1.
2.6 seconds left. They are going to just let the clock run out, and that will be our final score. 41 for Morris Area, Chicago, Alberta, and 14 for the Holdingford Huskers. And Tigers go to 2-0. Very impressive win again against a good football tradition school in Holdingford. And the players just give the helmet salute from the hash marks, and Holdingford will pack it up, and hopefully the young man that got hurt tonight will be just fine, and stay tuned for that. So we're going to be ready for our post game. Hope to have a Tiger coach up here or somebody to talk to in our post game, and we'll name our player of the game. I'll give away our T-shirts tonight. Lyle and I will be back with the post game. Stay tuned on 1230 Radio and 107.7 FM.
This is Dr. Toby Perkins, Sports Medicine Director at Stevens Community Medical Center. We are proud to offer orthopedic services, radiology, physical therapy, and athletic training all under one roof. SCMC and NovaCare Rehabilitation, keeping you in the game.
Your #1 Tigers fan, Auto Owners Insurance, and the Rents Agency is a winning combination. We'll work with you to ensure your home, auto, business, and life, and keep everything you value safe, sound, secure. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Call the Rents Agency in Boston.
What's that smell? Tigers! Tigers! Tigers!
Spectacular deals all month long at UPetcha in Morris. Toys, treats, food, Come, stay, shop. 624 Atlantic Avenue in Morris. See you soon.
We know how hectic your schedule can be, and Pizza Ranch is here for a quick on-the-go option or let's sit down and visit kind of meal. Whether you have kids here, set them up right with some down-home comfort food. We got all the goodies. Pizza Ranch Morris, proud sponsor of area athletics. Give us a call today, 589-2102. Midwest Health Benefits in Morris and Glenwood invite you to stop in and visit with them about your insurance needs. Whether you're currently insured or not, stop in, get your questions answered. Stop in and see Midwest Health Benefits downtown Morris and Glenwood, where service is their specialty.
DJN Electric is your local Hustler mower dealer. Stop in and check out the Hustler zero-turn mower. It has a heavy-duty welded steel deck, exclusive smooth track steering, and the power to turn your weekend to-do list into your weekend to-done list. See DJN Electric, your Hustler mower dealer in Morris.
12:30 a.m., 107.7 FM. It's 9:27. Right after the postgame, we'll take a look at the forecast. But for right now, let's send it back to the wrap-up at Big Cat Stadium.
All right, thank you very much. The final score here, 41-14. Tigers.
Again, after getting kind of a feeler first quarter with both teams and a 7-6 score after one, the Tigers really controlled the second quarter, just like last week. Recapping the scoring, the Tigers scored on their opening drive. A 21-yard catch by Jackson Logie capped a 65-yard drive at the 9:20 mark of the first quarter. The kick was good by Bruns, made it 7-0. Holdingford drove the length of the field, actually a 68-yard drive, scored on a play that we didn't catch right away at the 2:12 mark, and then they missed the two-point conversion. So at the 2:12 mark, it was 7-6 Tigers. The quarter ended that way. The Tigers had a touchdown in the first minute of the second quarter, and that was a 36-yard Bruns run, and that was a short field again. The Tigers stopped a fake punt, and they also recovered a fumble in that second quarter as well. So then they went for the two-point fake and got the pass from Bruns to Decker and led 15-6. At the 6:45, again, that was actually after the fake punt, the third drive, and after a penalty, the Tigers had just a short field, 27 yards, and Logie caught a 3-yard pass on third down for that touchdown. Tigers had the extra point was missed, 21-6, and then they scored at the 2:35 mark of the second quarter and went up 28-6. That was a Logie 5-yard catch, and that was a 40-yard drive, and the kick was good. And then the second half, the Tigers scored on their opening drive. After Holdingford got the ball, they fumbled, and the Tigers went 63 yards. Bruns capped it with a 6-yard TD run, and they led after the missed extra point, 34-6. Decker got the final score with a 13-yard run at the 10:20 mark of the fourth quarter. Holdingford, after the 2:12 first quarter score at the end of the first quarter, they scored late in the game, 5:21 to go in running time, and they made the two-point conversion. Peterson got that touchdown and extra point. Our final 41-14, and I think we have Coach Viss on deck here, but Lyle will get a few stats, and we'll get Coach Viss on board here.
Hey, let's talk to Coach Viss, and then I'll get the stats. Are you ready to go?
Sounds good.
Coach Viss, take over. Great game, Coach.
So, Coach, again, we had Coach Pope last week, so it's good to share the wealth here. But, boy, again, just really fun. And there's something about second quarter magic here. There's kind of that feeling first quarter, and then, boom, we really have been able to sock it to them in the second quarter. But just an impressive game overall.
Yeah, last week Kenny Soderberg had a really good game, and he had some good plays tonight too. And but Jackson Logie really stepped up and had a really big night for us.
Yeah, it was kind of fun last week. You watched the Minnewaska double team, and then we switched guys. They switched guys, and kind of some attention to Jackson. Last week when they put their tallest, best athlete on him. Well, tonight Kenny got taken away a little bit, and then Jackson comes through with all the big plays. And then, of course, when they start paying more attention to Jackson, then Brunsey got some runs, and then the pass to Kenny. I think the play of the game might have been how wide open Toby was on that play where no one was guarding him, when he still got the ball to Kenny, and that's the accuracy that Brunsey has showed through. So just talk a little bit, Dylan, about the little different scheme, and you guys are getting signals in. Just talk to the on the stream a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the way we call plays is a little bit differently, but really what it comes down to is we've been given our players, specifically our quarterback, a lot of freedom to take advantage of mismatches at the line of scrimmage. And Zach he's doing an excellent job with it. If he sees something that's open, he's going to take it, and he has that freedom, and we trust him, and our all around we've been doing a good job kind of adjusting to the new system. Our line blocked well tonight and last week, and really proud of the performance that they've had the last couple weeks, and hopefully we can keep it going.
Well, and Lyle and I have both made points of all the weapons, and they all came through tonight. Decker had a touchdown, and Rass had a big run, and then our defense has been solid, and I know you work mainly with the offense, and even the special teams had some good things happen tonight. We stopped a fake punt, and so it was just a good team win. It got a little bit sloppy there, but there was some fumbling and stuff, but the game was kind of answered in the second quarter with all those touchdowns. So, and again, I know it's only week 2, but a lot of excitement in Tiger football, and we told Coach Pope last week the time and energy that you guys put in is definitely, you're seeing a reward on the field, and that's why, again, it's so fun to watch high school sports.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the kids they've been working hard ever since last spring, honestly, and a lot of unknowns, and it's been a tough fall for everyone, but right now we're making the most of it, and hopefully we can continue to roll and have fun, and we're not taking any weeks for granted. So.
Well, Jackson Logie is going to get one of our Player of the Game T-shirts sponsored by KMRS, KKOK, Prairie Ridge Health and Hospital Service, and NovaCare Rehabilitation, West Central Screen and Print. And then Tristan Rass had a heck of a game on both sides of the football. We just needed to reward somebody on defense. We had a ton of sacks tonight, and Jacob Boots was certainly honorable mention tonight. He had a heck of a third quarter. So, again, Toby Gonerman has been playing great football. He had the interception for a touchdown last week, and we could go on and on with the names because those people up front, Monty Fair, Klein Wolterink, Rass, and all these guys blocking up front. Those are the unsung heroes. But next week we go on the road for the first time, so we just want you guys to keep plugging away, and hopefully the health continues to allow us to play football.
One question,
Absolutely.
How do you feel about the improvement of the offensive line as the season goes on?
We've got a couple new faces on there, and I don't know. I just think that we're big and we're athletic, and these guys, Holdingford, they had some big boys, but they didn't have the athletes that we had, and throughout camp we were kind of curious to see how we were going to be because our defensive yellow hats were giving us a good look, and we've been stepping up to the plate, and hopefully we can keep it going. So.
Well, we also mentioned, and Brad Fair's around too, helping with coaching, but the weight room in the morning.
It's been huge.
And you guys are in there early, you and Jake and Coach Pope sets everything up. So that's huge. And, all the years that Bold had all the good teams we talked, Greenie and I would always talk about, but your kids have been dedicated, and through all this tough pandemic and stuff, they've been in there, and they finally are getting their chance, and it's really coming through.
Yep, they've waited a long time for their opportunity, and they're making the most of it. So it's been fun.
All right, well, thanks again. Congratulations to the entire coaching staff of the Tigers and all the players, and thanks to all the people that had a great chance to watch this one.
Thanks, Tori.
A lot of points 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks a lot.
All right. We'll get Lyle back on here and get some final stats and stuff.
Well, here's what I got. Once again, Torg, these are very, very, very unofficial. So for Holdingford, first of all, they had 54 rushes for 97 yards, which is pretty amazing. I think that they had that many carries. But the game, there was a lot of changes in possessions when the Tigers scored early and they got the ball back. We had some short fields. Anyway, 54 carries for 97 yards. Holdingford, 6 for 11 passing for 65 yards. Of course, Holdingford's numbers, as we mentioned, were hurt because their quarterback, Tate Lang, he had like 15 carries for 36 yards, but he had 8 carries that were loss of yards, and those were included in those sacks. So that really hurt them out. Their biggest ball carrier tonight for Holdingford was number 32 was Ryder Peterson Ryder Peterson had 42 yards carried, and also Connor Patrick had 53 yards on the ground. And number 33, the big fullback Sam Harn, he had 26 yards on the ground. So total carries for Holdingford, 54 carries for 97 yards. Passing wise, 6 for 11 for 65 yards for Tate Lang. And again, so Holdingford had about 163 yards of total offense, 162 yards of total offense. Now we go over to the Tigers. The Tigers had 26 carries for 197 yards on offense. Again, Durgan Deck was a workhorse, 9 carries, 50 yards. He had a nice touchdown at the end. Zach Bruns had 7 carries for 67 yards. And he's been a master with that option, and he's really dangerous coming out of there with that option play. Tristan Rass had 5 carries for 41 yards. And then Kenny Soderberg had 1 carry on the inside counter for 25 yards. And then we had some assorted ball carriers in there at the end of the game that picked up another 14 yards. So 26 rushes for 197 yards for the Tigers. A very balanced offense. Again, a very hot Russell Wilson-looking Zach Bruns throwing the ball around the field. 10 out of 13 passing, and he also hit another extra point passing. So actually he threw 14 passes, completed 11, but 10 out of 13 officially for 165 yards. 2 receivers tonight had big nights. Jackson Logie had a breakout game, and nobody was surprised by that because we knew that last week he was going to have more opportunities coming in, and Jackson Logie had 7 catches for 78 yards and 3 touchdowns. Pretty nice night. And then Kenny Soderberg had 3 catches for 87 yards. So Kenny, of course, putting up the big yards per catch, and only 3 catches, 87 yards. Last week he had over 20 yards. He had 6 catches for 200 yards. So pretty dangerous receiving duo there. And again, the Tigers spread the ball around. So total on the passing game, 10 out of 13 for 165 yards.
We're actually going to have Brady on. Brady Bachman's up
great.
here. So we're going to get a chance to talk to one of the Tiger players here. So then we'll wrap it up here. So let's get Brady in here.
Here you go, Brady.
Grab a headset there, Brady. It's a great opportunity to talk to one of the Tiger seniors, Brady Bachman, who, this year made an adjustment and now is playing offensive line, and he's got the lovely 50 number now that has the lineman, but he also had a heck of a game defensively. Brady, just talk about your, the change and not maybe a big deal to you, but just talk a little bit about that transition.
Yeah, so we have a lot of great coaches that, help me, and the returning players help me a lot with helping with what they know, and, the coaches, they just did a great job of helping me transition.
Yeah, so, you've always been a blocker, lead block in the fullback spot, so that wasn't a big thing, but now you're up on the line and little different schemes, and I know you're one of the leaders up there, and you guys have, you and Monty and Sammy, you guys got some guys that played together last year. So again, and then what about the defense now and how that's been going?
Yeah, so that just comes from, game planning, watching film, and, getting in the weight room, doing that extra work that just helps us when it comes to game day and having a good system in play.
Well, those watching on the stream can see some pretty good shoulders and arms on this young man, and he had a heck of a game, and through 2, it's just been really fun. And Brady, just congratulate all your teammates and keep it up, and the dedication, it's really been good. Lyle's got a question.
You got you and Donovan playing those defensive end positions. What's special about playing that D end? Because it seems like you 2 guys have done a heck of a nice job, really anchoring down that defensive line, turning things inside.
Yeah, so
speak about that a little bit.
Yeah, so that's kind of a new position. We just transitioned to that a few years ago, so that was new to me at first, and I just like the ability to, make things happen on the edge, and it's not really a glory position where you necessarily get all the tackles, but
your job to turn people in, and you guys both did well. And you guys on defense have really prevented big plays, and that's been huge through 2 games and stuff. But yeah, that outside linebacker / DN that in the scheme. But again, I know I know Coach Pope has talked about you seniors, and there's not a lot of you, but you're all special as far as your contributions to the team, and you got a good junior class, and now you got some sophomores in the mix. So again, thanks for taking the time, Brady, and keep this up, and go Tigers.
All right, will do.
Thank you. 41-14. We're going to wrap it up here, Lyle, but just your final thoughts.
Well, once again, I'm going to go back to the keys of the game that we talked about beforehand, and I got to see if I can find them. I got them listed here somewhere on all these programs that we got hanging around here. But what I said with the Tigers, I'm going to go to the Tigers' key of the game. Continued improvement of the offensive line, because I thought that we improved during the game last week, and we talked to Coach Viss, and he really likes what those guys are doing. And that's huge, obviously, for making any offense go. From a guy that used to coach offense, that's where it all starts. You want to have that O-line doing a good job. And I think we saw continued improvement tonight. And then defensive adjustments to stop the run. Our coaching staff worked hard on that. And again, we talked about Minnewaska had a nice drive to start the game. Tonight, Holdingford had a nice drive to start the game. But that was the only touchdown that they got until late when the game was over. So I think the adjustments that we made, we played some 6-man line, and we're going to be playing that 5-man line most of the time this year. It's going to be our base defense. So the coaches did some different things, and we really, really made adjustments to stop that. And then, obviously, using our offensive weapons and our speed advantage. And, of course, last week it was runs to Kenny the Jet, and this week now Jackson Logie stepped up. But we had Durgan Decker with a touchdown run. Rass had a big play inside. I really think that the Tigers can create a lot of problems for the other teams with the offensive weapons that we have. So I think those keys to the game, I think we covered all those on our end of it tonight, and the Tigers ended up with a big 41-14 win.
Well, thanks to all our listeners out there on Radio Land, and thanks to Jason back at the station, all those people that were in on the live stream. Thank you to all the young men up here in the press box and under the great leadership of Austin Miller. But Jason back to the station just does a tremendous job. Thanks to Brett. The Tigers win this one 41-14. Next week we'll be at Long Prairie for Friday night game. Stay tuned to that one. You've been listening to Tiger Football. Tigers are 2-0. Stay tuned for more next week. Now we're going to sign off. Have a good night.